Hey, Rich.
Need help?
What?
Oh,
Tangerine turmeric cider.
Ooh,
what?
Yeah.
What?
that sounds
Yeah.
kind of delicious.
It comes in pints.
Tangerine turmeric.
Yeah.
No, Turm.
Is it this like yellow as
It
shit?
makes it good for you.
I don't know.
Chris Wells says that we definitely have sound.
Yay.
So we are.
Yay.
Mission
Hooray. Am I too loud?
No, you're doing
This
great.
is real weird.
I like it though, but yes,
good, but
Well,
it's
that's
real weird.
'cause You're real weird.
it's perfect for both of us.
So are we ready to get this party started?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
Your keystrokes are loud, by the way. Just FYI.
Mechanical.
Sorry.
I know. I'm just like
Ooh, what
I just
switches?
can't
trying not to like do your taxes during this.
I can't guarantee anything.
Don't write the next great American novel.
It was a dark
Law.
and stormy night.
Flipping the table.
Oh God. Well, welcome everybody, and this is welcome to JohnCon 2018. This is the RP session. I need to adjust the camera slightly because Dan's head is getting cut off.
No, this is perfect. I am a
Do you have
monster.
his mustache? That's all that's needed.
That's actually true. Yeah, I did have his mustache, but now we
His
have
mustache, it's all good.
we actually have the top of his head. Ladies and gentlemen, we are absolutely here at JohnCon, and we need to move John Spencer's name over so that it is not right literally on his face.
Oh, he means virtually.
Yeah.
Virtually.
Virtually on his face. So,
We're
welcome.
doing that. We're doing that.
Leave his, so, if you want to leave his head cut off, I suggest donating.
I need a picture of this.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Casa John in beautiful and exciting metropolitan Racine, Wisconsin. We are in the basement here at JohnCon, and we are going to present to you over the next however many hours it takes the RP session for JohnCon. Every one of these people helped donate to the cause, and ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity this evening to continue to give to the cause. And what cause are we donating to?
Racine Food Bank.
The Racine Food Bank. You are correct. So every dollar that you donate during the course of tonight's stream and tomorrow's stream will help us to donate money to help feed people. When we packed up the show Painting with Men Off John, which some of you people might remember, we decided I kind of bring it back from the dead every now and again to help benefit folks, and that's really what JohnCon is all about. So if you look down at the below the stream, if you're watching on Twitch, you will see two buttons. On the right-hand side, you will see a button that says "Click here to donate." If you click there, it will take you to a PayPal link that will allow you to donate money to the PayPal the PayPal pool that we use, because GoFundMe takes a large portion of the donation, and we said that's not for us. So we are going to be, every dollar that is donated is going to go to the charity. And so click there and go. Also, if you would like to get something other than a warm feeling to go along with it, you can click on the one on the left-hand side that says click for swag. And you can get some super sweet JohnCon 2018 stuff. As you can see, Charles there is modeling with the grumpiest of all warjacks on it, Matlock. And you can do that too. So.
Zone, you kids.
What's that?
Get out of my zone, you kids.
Get out of my zone. So there you go. Let's see. There are other things you can do to donate here, and let's bring that up. So if you would like to influence tonight's RPG session, here are some things you can do. You can force a person to fail a roll. You can force a roll to succeed. You can force a roll to be critical before it's rolled.
Before it's rolled. Tipping the hand a little.
He already knows.
You can make a scene more dangerous. You can force the GM to reveal a secret about the game, not just about
that
himself.
particular scene.
Yeah, there you go.
Personal one or anything?
Well, depends on how much money is put in here. And then we can also force a player to speak in a funny voice. And the last one is to force a player to get all Malifaux. So rather than rolling their dice, they're going to be pulling a playing card, and that will be their roll. So super sweet and totally legit.
Who thought of this?
That would be.
We're going to be trying some alternate. We're going to be trying some alternate mechanics here.
I didn't sign up for this.
Are they shuffled? Do you want me to shuffle them?
It is not. You are
You
now.
should probably shuffle them more because I shuffled them.
Okay, so I think what would be appropriate is if we went around the table and introduced ourselves in briefly, Charles. So why don't you start with Charles and just briefly introduce yourself, speak into the mic clearly, and tell the stream who you are.
Hi, I'm Charles. I'm the son of the guy who was just talking, and
Man
yeah.
off, John.
Yes, him. Whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
That guy
Next.
over there.
Next.
Who's next?
I'm Tracy.
She's near death. Don't.
AKA,
Give her money so she
Yeah, I
can be
mean,
happy.
she's about to join Crix.
she's known as her persona, Sassy Greyjoy.
Yeah, that's how
She's about to become E. Tracy.
Next.
Hi, I'm Jacob. I'm this one's brother and Mammoth John's son, the better one.
Oh. Shots fired.
came out of your mouth, punk?
For $50.
What did you just say to me?
For $50 donations, we will let them fight to the death.
Is anyone in this
baseball
room a
bat?
mandatory reporter?
No, that's actually.
Just to make sure before this happened. Anyway, so in true traveling beer machine fashion, what up, young thugs?
Whoa. You lay
Oh.
out the beats.
This is GM Dan,
Way to botch your own intro.
and I'm lit as fuck.
No. Yet. Soon. Whoop.
Boy.
Yeah, boy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm going to try not to say anything horribly racist on the stream tonight.
Yeah, don't do that. So
I like my stream and money.
How family friendly is this?
Hi, I'm Scott.
pretty family.
I don't have any cool things to say. I'm sorry.
All right.
Where are you from, Scott?
From Madison area.
All right. That works. Hi, my name's Rich. I'm from the Beer Machine podcast, and this is technically BeerPG that we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And he doesn't mess up his intros.
And he kept his mouth away from the mic an almost optimal amount.
It's like I've done this before.
Oh shit.
I am co-host John, aka John Spencer from Pain with Mouth John and More Than Dice.
Woo!
My first visit to Casa John.
All right. And with no further ado, we will go ahead and as donations come in, I will be reading out what the donation is for. So make sure if you're donating on the PayPal pool, you indicate there what kind of a thing you are asking for them to do. And also, I will interrupt to make sure that we all understand that's happening. But until then, I will turn the mic over to GM Dan.
All right. So, so the situation, this is Iron Kingdoms RPG. It is the tabletop role-playing game for War Machine and Hordes. War Machine and Hordes started as a tabletop RPG game, and in my most humble of opinions, as much as I love the game, it should have forever stayed that way. So, the current situation for this scenario is a Khadoran iron hull has drifted into Ordic waters. When an Ordic Navy vessel arrived, a pirate ship was anchored nearby, and the crew and lifeboats for both ships were missing. The first naval team to investigate the iron hull went below decks and has not surfaced. That was 10 hours ago. Now the Navy is sending in a team of veteran mercenaries, the Bilge Sweeps, which is all of you. So the Bilge Sweeps were founded by retired Master Gunner Milhart, and they began as a high-risk salvage team. Matteau researches wrecks, Black Bray navigates the ship, Bait scouts the water, Callie retrieves the goods, Tarek provides muscle and deck defense, and Gunny mans cannons and keeps everyone organized and operating smoothly. The Black Fleet have been creeping up the coast of late, so Gunny's been taking more caravan and guard jobs, but this is your first naval contract. Your job is to determine what happened to the Khadoran Iron Hull, if it poses a threat to Ord, and if necessary, neutralize any threat. A bonus is available to your mercenary company if the Khadoran Iron Hull and the pirate vessel can be cleared of danger so the Ordic Navy can claim them. And I have a variety of characters here.
Woohoo!
So,
Can't
we were told there would be coasters.
I have Star Wars coasters, which are superior to all other coasters because they're Star Wars.
Well, that's so
Yay.
strange.
So, I'm going to read off the basics of the these pre-generated characters that are available for you to play.
Are you ladies?
There are some. And also, if you feel like switching name, gender, appearance, anything on these characters, like that, please feel free. Just identify that you're doing that. So don't feel pigeonholed into a particular character because of appearance or anything like that. So if any of you find a particular character appealing at first jump, raise your hand and I'll pass the character to you. Some characters have secret info, so please keep anything that is obviously a secret in confidence until you think it's time for you to reveal it.
Ooh.
If you ever choose to do so at all. To anyone watching, you can donate to force a person to play a particular character.
It might be best to hold off donating to make a person play a particular character until after they're assigned, I'm thinking. Or just pull the trigger. Screw it.
I'll take money at any time.
Yeah.
All right.
I like money.
So the first character up is Braylon Blackwick, also known as Black Bray. So Black Bray is a Black Bray is a Rulik Searforged trader / pirate, a pirate captain who has lost their ship and now exists for to enact vengeance against the ocean itself and the creatures in it.
Wow.
That's hardcore.
That's pretty badass.
It was pretty.
So dwarf Captain Ahab.
I was
is
just
what I'm
going to
hearing.
say Captain Ahab.
Yep, and
Yeah, all right.
also though keep in mind that Black Bray is in the possession as an ownership of another character, which is a bog trog,
So like
Bait.
a helper.
a forcible helper.
I think the name was Bait when I looked through that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Right.
The other so then
It says on that beer too.
we have Bait. Bait is that bog trog. And they are a scout / warrior. And they are essentially an indentured servant to Black Bray and is used as bait to lure sea creatures and other things out for Bray to hunt them. But in this case, as part of the mercenary company, Bait is a aquatic scout.
What kind of did you say? He's a bog trog?
Bog trog scout / warrior.
Oh, so he can just straight up exist in the water.
Yes.
Okay,
Now-
ladies and gentlemen, we have had our first donation
Here
of
we go.
$5. We have let's see, John Oakland Spencer's character. Hang on, guys, I got to get this. I'm looking at the email here right now.
Oh, that's got to be from Congo.
It is from Christopher Eberly.
Thanks,
Jono's
Congo,
character
love
must
you.
be from Kador. So, do you have any characters that are from
I
Kador?
totally should have seen that.
No, I have something even worse. So I have a character, Mato Gato.
Okay.
And
my.
Mato is a Leyalist Arcanist investigator.
Okay.
And this is the character that is a magic user. So
Okay.
they are a will weaver. And they have such lovely spells like Arcane Bolt, Aura of Protection, and Light in the Darkness. And yeah, so they are a survivor of the Kadoran invasion
They're from New Cape.
of Lael. Yeah, from New Kador. And they are the brains behind this operation. They have the knowledge base. So, no, oh no.
For not to.
You don't get a choice.
If Congo says so, sure, but I'd prefer not for other reasons.
So, I've just
Read it. You'll be good.
I've just asked him, how does that sound for you? Remember, we're talking about a stream, so we do have some lag involved.
Yeah.
So, continue reading off characters and such.
So, then we have
Did anybody take the captain?
Not yet,
Black
no.
Bray. No.
Oh, so you're reading off all the characters.
I'm reading off all of them.
Okay.
Until someone is like, yes, I would like that one. Then we have Gunny Millhart, who is a trencher artillerist, and he is the leader.
Yeah, that's John Spencer.
All right.
Congo has given you that character.
Which one?
You're the one that you said you didn't want.
Okay.
That a citizen of New Kador.
So,
Wait. Does he have to be human?
by stats, yes, but by descriptor, not necessarily.
I think we can change that to Gopper.
To a Gobber trencher?
That's almost. All right, Bogrin, you know.
How would a gobber make it through trencher school?
No one saw
I mean,
him.
Oh hell, I
He's
can't make that
graduating 'cause
comment
he
on
was
the
there
internet.
all
Go
the
ahead.
time.
Probably $20 gets him to get through that school.
Green Cheek's got to get paid, I guess.
Nick Roop, we miss you.
Yeah. All right. Have fun.
Then we have Callie Gilfigi, who is a human alchemist / stormtrooper. Complete with, instead of the typical armor, Callie wears an armored diving suit and is the essentially the companion to Bait underwater. They have a concussion cannon, a pickaxe, and some grenades, and I'm going to pass those over right now.
I'm imagining something like the Big Daddy from BioShock.
Similar, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow scarier. And then the last up is Tarek Balyubakari, who is an Idrian Paladin Man-at-Arms. It is an Idrian Paladin of the Wall from Protectorate.
I like that.
So yeah. So the order of the Wall specifically are to defeat chaos and disorder and things of that nature. So a Paladin of the Wall pairing up with a mercenary company that is doing the same is not that unusual. So you have an interest? Okay.
And I can see an Idrian doing that too. I mean, the Order of the
Yeah.
Wall is probably the only part of the Protectorate that would take an Idrian into
Yes.
that type of a role.
Mm-hmm. So what we have left is we have Bait and Black Bray.
Okay, who is? Okay.
Who wants
Wait,
to be
Which
my
one's
side?
which one's Black Bray again?
Black Bray is Captain Ahab, is dwarf Captain Ahab, and Bait is the Bogtrog.
I'll be the captain.
Please, someone donate to make Rich be Bait.
You son of a bitch!
I
Why would
want
you
to be
do
bait.
that?
I want to be bait.
Okay.
Do you want to screw me over?
No, I don't. But no.
Now we're friends.
What's funny is that Christopher Eberly had suggested that there would be a donation to make Rich pay next, but apparently it's not for your character. So you're going to be Captain Ahab. So say the internet.
Make Rich pay next. All right. That's great. That's great.
So take some time to read over your characters. There is the description that I read before getting to characters is on one of the cards, but there's also a history of your character on the card, and how you feel about other characters.
Okay, so make sure you read your cards completely while I give our viewing public here a quick reminder that this is all about charity and all about giving. And I want to reiterate that these are, what you're seeing on your screen here momentarily, are the things that you can donate to make happen. You can cause rolls to fail or succeed. You can make them crit. You can make people talk in a funny voice. You can have the GM reveal a secret, or you could have a scene become more dangerous, or you could have the player get all Malifaux and use a playing card for their roll. So make sure you look down below the stream, and there are buttons there to donate, and give till it hurts, and then give a little bit more. We have a $5 donation coming in right now from Mr. Brett Painter.
Hey, Brett! You're awesome.
Let's see what he has selected. Donations to make Tracy Carter speak in the stylings of Macho Man Randy Savage. It's good enough for me.
As good as I can get.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Macho Man Randy Savage.
oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so that's so saith the internet, so saith we all, and that's thank you very much for your donation.
Hey, Brett.
So we're gonna put the game camera back on. Has everybody had a chance to take a look at their characers?
Where are you
Print's so
again?
small, I don't think anyone can read it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Your dad partners.
It's almost like a Mark I card.
It's gonna hurt to read it.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Every time I refresh the screen, then our chat goes away. That sucks. Oh well. So, Anyway, so I once again I want to thank GM Dan for custom making this scenario for
Did
tonight.
you read the card about how you feel about people?
I think, yeah, I have
Okay.
that card right now. Sorry.
And just for those of you who are playing along at home, Jacob will be playing a number of different NPCs along the way. So he will be. This is his first role-playing experience, so this is going to be super sweet and totally legit for him, and we're very excited to have him with us tonight. I'm trying to vamp. Remember, folks, that tomorrow we have the all-day broadcast of JohnCon. It'll be starting about 9 o'clock in the morning. We will be featuring a caster draft. So we will be basically kind of making our casters up from different cards that we have. We should have somewhere between 10 to 12 different people playing tomorrow, which will be great. And you will be able to watch that on the stream as well, and we will keep the donations open all through the weekend. So there you go. Dan, you want to start is everybody ready to go, or do people need more time?
I think I'm good. Everybody?
Yeah, I'm good.
I promise I made the print as large as possible.
Oh,
That
But it isn't.
actually legitimately scares me.
Yeah.
Okay, folks, let's go ahead and get going, Dan.
Sounds good. All right, so the where we start out is you are taking a small boat from the larger ship. So the ship that you start on, that you're coming from, is the Ordic Ship of the Line Invigilator.
Is that we don't own that ship though? We're just passage on it.
Oh, you wish you owned this ship.
Yar, but I'm the captain.
So this is so
You're not
anyone
captain
who's
right
familiar.
now, scumbag.
Whoa! What's your character again?
Oh, I'm your slave. I was your old slave.
Your bait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Dan, keep going.
Stay character.
So the for those familiar with Iron Kingdom's fluff, the equivalent ship to this is the Calamitous, one of the biggest ships in the Iron Kingdoms. The Invigilator, an Ordic Ship of the Line, is a massive ship with like the superstructure. So the above deck portions has 4 decks, rows of gigantic cannons. It has a huge steam powered wheel at the back of it, and then 2 sponsons with smaller wheels to make it turn faster. It's a 5-mast ship. It is huge, especially for being a wooden-hulled ship. So the iron hull seemed a lot smaller from the high deck of the Ordic Ship of the Line Invigilator. Approaching by rowboat, you see the iron hull. Sitting low in the water. Her gun ports mere inches from the soft lapping waves. The brute of a sailor guiding the boat holds a gaff against the barnacle-encrusted plating of the iron hull to keep the waves from pushing you into it. He motions to a long length of rope in his hand and a pair of climbing hooks and asks, "All right, who's going first?"
Yar, bait. This is what you're for.
Really?
Get your fishy fins over there.
Fine.
All right, so the sailor hands you you can try to do this on your own with your taloned hands, or you can try to use a pair of metal hooks to climb up the iron plating. The sailor starts tying the rope around your waist, so you're going to climb up with the rope, try to climb onto the ship, and then tie off that rope so other people can climb up after you.
I think ye hooks will be useful.
Okay, so what you're gonna do for rolling?
I need dice first of all. That'd be useful.
Use those dice. I have dice here as well.
Should I use all of these or just how many?
So you're gonna roll 2d6. And do you have climbing or athletics or anything on your skills? If
Where would I find that?
On the back of the main card.
Oh, okay. Sure.
I wrote these, so you think I'd know.
Not that I can see.
All right. So what you're gonna do is you are going to use physique.
Physique. Still don't have that. I don't
No,
think-
physique is one of your basic
Oh,
stats.
Yeah.
okay. I am
PHY, I believe.
PHY.
Lower right, all the way to the left.
Oh, okay. Oh, there you go. 8. So do I roll?
Yep, you're gonna roll 2d6.
All right. 3 and a 1.
3 and a 1. Okay, so that is going to be a 12, and that will actually be good enough. You're climbing up. I'm sorry.
We have a donation by James Griffey. James Griffey has asked Mr. Spencer to play in Bane-kind voice.
What?
I don't know what that means. John, do you?
Oh,
Mankind.
By the laughing, I'm guessing.
Oh, it means my character has to talk like this the whole time.
John's voice was born into this.
So the only rule about the voice is you have to do the voice until it's no longer funny.
right.
Fair enough.
Right.
So yeah,
Fair
you
enough.
start climbing up. You get toward the top and slip a little bit. Everyone down below has a moment. But you manage.
Yar, who cares? We can get another one.
He's a good swimmer.
Not right now.
Shove it.
Not right now. He'll be fine. Yar.
I like the two crew members yelling at each other from a great distance.
I am rubber, you are glue.
He's your captain.
Get your fishy
On the
butt
rope.
into the boat.
That's what I'm doing.
So you hoist yourself over the edge of the boat, the gunwale, and fall probably about 5 feet to the deck.
All right.
So high gunwales being a ship of war.
All right.
And yeah, so you look around for something to tie it off and tie off the rope. Who is going to be climbing up next?
I'll go next.
Okay.
Or more likely, I'll approach the rope without actually telling him I'll go next and just climb.
in true Menite fashion. Okay.
What do I need to do?
No, just for order. So the two of you are on the ship. The unlike most ships of other nations, which have a deck to the front and a deck to the rear, this has a low 2-story pair of decks right in dead center amidships, topped by a pair of royal weight cannon turrets. So these are huge, massive turrets. Think the large cannons on Conquest, but on a ship. And it's quiet. You can hear the tinking of the gaff on the hull, and that's just about it.
All right.
Everyone else going to go up, or okay?
Do we have to climb up, or is there any way that we can actually put a plank over?
You are at the waterline. You are in a rowboat up against the ironclad. The ironclad is probably about 20 to 30 feet above that, where the top deck is about 20 to 30 feet above the water. These are massive ships.
Yar, fish friend. Is there a ladder you can throw down to us?
Let me check. Hey, DM, is there any ladders?
The only reason I ask is because
Yeah.
how on earth do I move over with a deck gun?
Yeah. So the answer to that is, how am I going to move over with a deck gun? A deck gun is a small cannon, but it's still a cannon.
It's easy. We just tie it to the rope and hold it up after we're done.
Hey, if I fall down, Mr. Blackbeard over here thinks that I'm so expendable, I could carry it up.
Yar, and want some fish sticks. You get back in the boat.
But yes, that's how you get a deck gun up.
This seems like a poor way to move precision machinery.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't
This
think
is
the word
perfect-
precision's in there at
So
all.
is anybody that is stronger than a fishy fish person going to try and hold up this deck gun?
We can just work together.
Well, yeah,
Ooh,
well,
that's a better idea than I was
ignore
thinking.
the lesser
That's why I'm here.
Oh,
chatter here and actually just keep an eyeball out.
That's great.
I'll place
Okay.
my hand up along the iron
So-
wall, see if I can feel any weird patterns.
So both of you who are actually up on the ship already, give me a perception test. So just roll 2d6, add your perception to it, tell me the result.
what would perception be?
The last one is
PER.
PER. What would that be? Oh, there it is. Oh,
I'll keep the voice funny by not doing mine.
7.
So Charles, your perception was what plus what?
Oh, it is
Why not just stay there? Why
3
not run
plus
off the
4.
ship?
So
That would
you're
be 7.
you're at 7. Okay.
Yara's got a 10 perception.
So Dan's explaining something meanwhile. So we have 2 people on the boat, right?
Yeah.
And they're searching for
A
a ladder.
Okay.
So hopefully that'd be a little easier to carry the cannon up the.
hoist it up with ropes. Just use ropes and we'll pull
Yeah,
it
so
up.
who
Yeah.
So how do we do on the perception?
10.
10? Okay.
What'd you have?
How about you, Bait?
Oh, I got a 7.
7. Okay. So Bait, you don't really you can't really find anything ladder like or rope or anything better to use than the rope that you already have tied off.
Well, we're kind of screwed if we want to pull out a tank gun.
Yeah, the deck gun would definitely have to be the last thing you pull up.
That's
Um,
understandable.
And you, Tarek, you just kind of looking around and listening, keeping an eye out, you do hear some movement on one of the upper decks. You don't know if it's something falling over, a single footstep, but it's definitely some noise from the ship.
I'll draw my weapon and face the direction of the noise.
Okay. So is that everyone else is
I'm gonna go up.
okay? Everyone else is going up, and is the deck gun going last? Is that
Yeah.
the
Correct.
okay? So once you're all aboard, one of the sailors from the rowboat shouts up to you, "Signal when you need retrieval. We'll look for armed signals. We'll keep an eye on you, but if you find anything that causes fire, if we see any fire, that'll do. We'll come back. We'll come back for that as well." And they row off.
Oh, excellent. Thank you, sir.
Yar, thank you.
You're very friendly.
I mean, they're not pirates or anything.
Yeah, like this guy. Ahem.
So you're on the ship. It is, like I said, it is a very large ship. The deck is clear, except that all but one of the first story hatches to the superstructure, the above deck portions, all the hatches, as far as you can tell, look closed, except for one.
Okay. I see the open hatch. Is this? Can we walk to this? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, it's yeah.
Okay.
You can walk to it. If you want to explore the rest of the ship above deck, like the open deck areas, go ahead. The ship is your oyster.
Okay. I take out my harpoon gun
Okay.
and just hold it as I'm walking toward it, and I say, "Yar, there's an open. What is it?
There's an open windows.
Open windows.
Oh, open hatch.
Okay. There's an open hatch. There's an open hatch. Let's go check that out."
I have a series of questions before we start digging around. Question number 1: are the anchors engaged, or is the ship drifting?
For the iron hull? No, the iron hull is drifting.
Okay, so why don't we put the anchors down? Item the first to stop us from drifting,
Good idea.
because we're theoretically trying to salvage this, and having it drift into the open ocean would not be a good idea. Thing number 2. So this is an iron hull, not a wooden ship. So what does it have in terms of cargo loading? Since it's probably not going to have standard. I can't think of what they're called, but standard decks. So there should theoretically be a crane.
So being an iron hull in this case, so two things. One, it is a wooden ship It is only the outer hull that has been plated. Also, though, there is a crane toward the aft of the ship.
Couldn't we use that to get his gun up?
Is
better,
Jeremy's
yeah.
character smart enough to ask these questions?
Yes.
Because
That's a legitimate
I'm,
question.
all right, no. I'm the one who actually put together the team.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So
It's all good. Just asking.
Gunny here spent many years in the trenchers. Retired and then decided that, you know what, small town life is really freaking boring. I need some action. So that's kind of what he's all about. He may not know the most about ships, but he definitely, if he knows anything about ships, it's gonna be about warships.
Oh, Gunny, you should cover the open hatch while we send the captain and Bait to go lower the anchors.
Bait? Is that my... Oh, that's my nickname.
Yar, I know how to lower an anchor. Yar.
Then why wasn't that the first thing you did? I'm kidding.
Yar, let's go, Captain Bright Ideas. All right, so we head off to the anchor, which should be in the front of the ship, I would imagine, like most anchors. Okay.
It's near the bar. It's the anchor bar.
The bar!
Oh, I think I should stay with Gunny and help him cover while the other two of you go and just
Of
start
course,
looking
you wanna stay
around.
behind.
Whoa.
Of course. I'll go with Captain.
Okay. So the front of the ship, so the bowsprit of the pirate ship is extended by a flying jaboom. Basically, when you look at Pirates of the Caribbean, those sorts of ships, cutters and the like, they tend to have a very large timber, I guess, extending out the front of it way further than seems to make any sense. In this case, that has been tied to the front of the ship, the front of the iron hull with a rope ladder, and that's how the two ships are currently connected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool story, bro.
But that's what you see with the front of the ship.
Gotcha.
That's how the two ships are attached, right where the anchor release is.
So there is no anchor?
No, there's an anchor.
Oh, okay. So, what? I'm just, honest question.
Yeah.
So, do I have to take a skill check to lower the anchor? Or can I just do it?
No, there's assumed competence. You've been on a ship before.
Thanks, not JP. Sorry, inside joke from our Star Wars RPG.
If anyone would like to donate, this is a perfect time to make him fail a roll, even if there is no roll.
The chat room would like to know the nationality of this ship.
This is a Kadoran ship. The pirate ship is likely was originally likely a motley crew of ne'er-do-wells out of Five Fingers, but the ship that they are on currently, the Ghost ship, is a Kadoran iron hull.
I think Tarek's going to take a walk around the main deck that we're on and just look for signs of boarding parties.
Okay.
Or any sign of struggle.
Sure. Give me a perception.
So we're splitting up. Best idea ever.
I mean, unless you want to follow him.
Well, I'm up at the anchor. At the,
I mean, I'm on the main deck out in the open.
But that's what you said you wanted. Yeah, you said that last night. We should split up immediately.
I was kidding. I was
my bad.
what you shouldn't do in a horror movie.
9 on a perception test.
Okay, so the upper deck, the deck is mostly clear. It's been kept tidy, and you're not really seeing much except for the hatches.
We have a donation from Chris Eberly to make the situation worse, GM.
Yes.
Oh my. Oh,
Okay.
okay. I love money, but not that much.
No, we love that money.
Just nondescript.
Thank you.
Make it hard for them.
Yeah.
That's great.
That's one of the things you can donate for.
Great. Thanks, man.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
So, yeah, you hear another sound you're looking around the deck, and you hear another sound. This is definitely something. Someone is in the above deck portion, the superstructure of the ship here.
Oh boy.
You definitely hear something in there.
We're not alone on this here ship.
So there are multiple hatches. There is only one that is open. The other ones don't appear to be locked or anything. They are just closed.
So who is currently on deck right now?
Everyone around the table.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. No one's gone below decks. No one has gone into the superstructure. Everyone is on the outer deck currently.
All right. Well, to whom it may concern, I hear movement. I believe we should search this vessel top to bottom so we can corner the rats.
Isn't that what we're here for?
Bingo.
Yes, I think that is the general idea.
I clench my spear tightly.
That's true. He does have a giant spear.
Yeah.
Big fish hook.
Who thought to give him a spear?
Me.
So, okay. What's your character's name?
Callie.
Callie. Me and Callie will take this deck. You two go above. You two go below.
Okay.
Belay that order. Let's actually operate like we have some sense and cut the other ship loose, so that way we only have to deal with one ship at a time.
How are we?
Yar, we're not getting rid of our lifeboat.
No, we're not tied to the lifeboat. For whatever reason, we let them dump us on the boat and then row away, but we're also tied to another Ordic pirate ship, and why don't we at least let that float away since we've got the anchor engaged on this one so that we can deal with that problem separately.
And also, the pirate ship is anchored.
So let's not cut it so we don't float away.
So, well, currently both ships are anchored now.
Oh, yeah, both ships are anchored now.
Yeah,
so it
both
doesn't
ships
really
are currently anchored.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible your captain's an idiot.
That captain is an
captain
idiot.
like that.
Yar, just because I'm in charge doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
You are not in charge! That's what I'm trying to tell you! If this was a ship, you might theoretically be in charge, but it's not. It's a salvage recovery company.
Yar,
By me!
Yar, I wear the hat. I call the shots.
So over
I even have a parrot fish.
No, it's not a parrot. Oh, Jesus. So
I have sharp teeth.
That's true.
All right.
So considering you've been a mercenary company for quite a while now, do you think Black Bray that they would know how you ended up not having your own pirate ship and crew?
Probably not, because it seems like my character would not want to talk about something that was embarrassing to him. He seems a little too full of himself for that, I think. So,
Oh, you had a bad experience, eh?
Yar, I had a bad time. No, they don't know.
Okay.
It looked like he had some seaworthiness, so they picked him up and got him in the crew.
Okay.
And because he was in charge at one time, he thinks he's always the captain. He makes people call him captain. He makes me he has the big stupid hat. What's that?
Gunny definitely does not call him captain.
Yeah. And sometimes he even puts bait on his shoulder, like as if he is a parrot.
Oh, I'm on your. Oh, I'm like climbed
This
on your
got
back.
real weird.
That's a lot of bait. That's a lot of parrot.
It's even more ridiculous.
No, I'm standing on your.
Taller than dwarves.
Rich,
Are they really?
Yes.
I'm standing on your shoulders, and I'm like, I'm your parrot fish.
His physique is a 9.
Oh, okay. All right, live in your own world, Rich.
I forgot my guy was a dwarf. Never mind.
Jeremy's the boss.
No, I forgot my guy was a dwarf.
No, you're my parrot.
Yeah. Anyway, my guy is a complex.
Maybe he likes to do that when he drinks.
Yeah.
Napoleon complex.
Yar.
I like beer.
All right. So
I'm big and
the pirate
strong.
ship is a sail powered ship.
Mhm.
All right. So
The
then-
pirate ship is sail powered. The Iron Hull does have does have 3 sails. However, it is predominantly steam powered.
Okay, so I am strongly going to suggest that we send the captain over to just go ahead and cut the cords on all of the sails on the pirate ship, so that the only thing moving it is going to be the current. Okay.
My character takes out his cutlass, and it makes a sing noise, and he's all psyched to use it because he never gets to use the cutlass.
You can point at something.
And he happily, scampers over to the front of the ship, and with this like huge, extravagant, ridiculous slice, goes to cut the rope. Do I have to roll to hit a stationary object?
Yeah, why don't you make an attack?
I would like to announce that the internet has now asked Rich to fail his next roll.
Thanks, internet.
So
How attached to that cutlass were you?
Oh no, you just fail. That although your roll was excellent, that was an 11.
He feels real bad.
Oh yeah, I mean
he swings and he whiffs. Just complete whiff.
So have you ever seen those internet videos of people who like buy a katana and think it's like the master sword of all history and decide that they're gonna like try cutting down a tree with one strike and it just kind of hits and doesn't go anywhere or do anything? Yeah.
Okay.
He just bam right into the thick ropes of the rope ladders that are tied off, and it kind of like frays one of them.
Okay, so he was actually supposed to take down the sails first, and then cut the rope ladder.
That is correct.
My turn.
Failing up.
So you
That's
failed
why there's
successfully.
belaying pins.
Oh, what?
That's why there are pins with which to belay sails.
Yar, I don't know what that means.
It's like a grenade! Pull the pin!
He just tells people what to do. He doesn't do it.
I think after all of that time around seamen, some of it would have rubbed off.
Yar, you don't know about semen.
You've been rubbing off semen for years.
Different kind.
So what are Twitch's rules again?
All right, let's keep going. So you swing and a miss.
Yeah, swing and a miss. And it was at that point where Gunny clearly is like, you forgot a part.
I'm so excited to get the color.
Oh yeah. I do the thing.
Okay. So
I do the thing.
just give me another roll to make sure you can remember. This is going to be a perception to see if you can know your way around a ship. So add your perception to that 5.
Would he also
Main stat or no?
Yeah.
If he has sailing as a skill, would he have that as well?
Probably the end.
Oh, do you have sailing
perception?
as a skill?
I wouldn't be surprised if I don't. Oh wait, no, I do.
Yeah, why don't you use that instead? So 5 plus that.
6. So an 11.
All right, there you go. Yeah, so you're able to find the pins without a problem. I mean, you basically yeah, you're good.
Okay.
You know what you're
Excuse
doing.
me.
I, however, haven't done any sailing since I was like 16, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But you do the thing.
Yep.
The thing's been done.
All right. I do the thing.
Yeah, you do the thing. You climb back. Do you have any sort of like climb or athletics or anything like that?
Sailing, swimming.
Okay.
I have climbing.
Yeah, give me a climbing.
Why are you making me take all these tests?
Are you challenging my authority?
Nope. That's a 10 total.
All right, you're good. Yeah, you managed to. It's a little rickety. This rope ladder clearly was not built for someone who's Rulik, someone of your substantial stature. This was built for sailing peasants. So yeah, you get across and finally cut the rope ladders, and that was a thing that happened.
Yeah.
So while Black Bray is showing that he knows kind of what a ship is, what is everyone else doing?
Twiddling my thumbs.
You should be searching.
Yeah, you should be searching.
I'm searching.
Oh,
Brother.
Strongly regretting some of my hiring decisions.
Please stay in character, Tracy.
Sorry, brother.
Okay, so what are you searching? Like, where are you?
I'm searching the deck.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Terrible company.
All right, we don't need to kill Tracy.
Yeah.
It's
I think-
over with.
I think we're good.
I don't have to talk to my
Terrible company. Be more like just stoic and an ever-present
Yeah.
there. I don't have much in common with most and none of these people.
No.
So.
Tarek is just super serial all the time. Everyone is like looking around searching, and Tarek is just like. All right, so give me a perception.
Chose my character.
Oh.
Yeah.
While I'm did anybody else like anything?
Is this a 1 or
A water, please.
That's gonna be yeah. We'll have that be a 6.
It's a 6, so I got 7.
If it was a 10, that'd be amazing.
I got 10.
I'll take a rando.
Okay.
We got another one.
Rando Coverdale?
All right, so you got a 10 on your perception. Looking around, it looks like some of the hatches were sealed haphazardly. Like, there's a couple of them where they're not even, like, actually closed. Like someone just shut the door and didn't lock it. Like, didn't, like, secure it.
And it's here from the outside, right?
What would you like
Yeah,
now?
well, I mean, they all open inward. They all open outward,
Okay.
and they're so they're closed, but not. Some of them are closed but not secured. It looks like this was done very quickly, like maybe as you were approaching.
The internet just made things get worse again.
Yes.
man.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
And that always makes things worse.
I wonder if it's gonna start raining or thunderstorming or something.
We all
or-
get seasick.
It was a dark and stormy night.
You said that already.
Wouldn't a metal ship attract lightning?
It's also the tallest thing.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
No, the pirate ship is the tallest thing.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
You forced
That's why
me
he's
to
in
not
charge.
love money. Now I hate money.
Okay, like each
And I mean,
Jeremy
don't-
one round.
Good choice.
Good choice. And then Overdone.
Good choice.
Thank you.
What's everyone's position?
Oh, John Spencer, you should try that beer while you're up. That is incredible.
It's really good.
You're not.
That is an interesting flavor.
Right.
No, the other one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what it's not worthy.
Wait, what about our sea shanty?
During this particular off thing, in order to stay in character, the internet ordered before the broadcast that Jeremy sing us a sea shanty. May we suggest the sea shanty about the cabin boy?
You may suggest it, but I don't know the words for it off the top of my head, so I'm gonna sing Early in the Morning.
Please sing.
Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, early in the morning. What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? What do you do with a drunken sailor? Early in the morning. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Put him in the longboat till he's sober. Early in the morning. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Way hey and up she rises. Early in the morning.
Very nice. That
Yeah.
was worth all
On tour.
$25 that just made that happen. Thank you
That's
very
why.
much.
That's why your character's in charge. That's why, right there.
Also, I like how Baby Cat basically went, "This is nonsense. I don't know what's happening. It is time to flee."
Poor baby cat.
Oh, like it's the first time pussies run away from me.
Zing!
Remember, children, he did use that in a full sentence.
And I applied it to myself, so
Touche. So, are you okay?
All right. So what's next?
Kelly, give me a perception.
Again?
Yeah. Give me a perception. Roll these dice.
How about another 10?
All right, you got a 10. All right. So, you see the hatch that you're walking by, and you notice the one that is not very well secured. It starts to open.
Oh no! It's opening! There's something in there. I'm gonna grab one of my grenades.
This is escalating. So yeah.
Like,
What,
It's just a
what do you
panhandle.
do? You're opening the hatch, and you're gonna.
Well, I attack her.
Okay. So you're just gonna do you have anything, like do you grab anything, or?
I have a sword, a cutlass.
There you go. Okay. And you leap out and just like. So do you yell anything? Say anything?
Yar, you can't take me.
There you go. And yeah, so a raggedy looking sailor or pirate. They are definitely not Kadoran in appearance. Swings the hatch wide with a kick and leaps out at you with the cutlass.
I don't think I have a cutlass.
Oh no, you don't have a cutlass,
No.
but he does.
It's not the only I have a weapon is.
Yeah, you have a pickaxe and you have a
cannon.
pneumatic concussion cannon.
All right, so
How close is Tarek to her?
To this,
To Callie?
give me a 1d6 roll. A 6.
Roll a 6.
Okay, yeah, you're probably like 30 feet down the deck.
Okay.
all right, I'm gonna take
You know,
a step
you
back.
see this for sure.
I'm gonna take a step backwards
Do you
and
start
grab for my cannon.
We will. We're gonna start initiative. So basically, you are gonna take a step back and just fire.
Grab my cannon.
You're not gonna fire it. You're just gonna grab it.
Can I do it one shot? I think I have a.
Yeah.
I can't see it over here.
Yeah. No, you can. You could fire the cannon if you
I'm
wanted
gonna
to.
fire at him.
You're just gonna fire the cannon.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll an attack. You are rolling to hit a defense 11.
So this is my sonic cabin. So it's 11 plus the ride of 6, right?
That is a hit on the dice alone. Okay. So what is your goal with the pneumatic cannon? Like get the F out of here, or
Get the F out of here.
yeah. Okay. Like explosion, or like turn them into a mist.
What's the difference?
What you have to clean
That's a
up
valid
afterwards.
question.
He has to clean it up, not me.
What did you just say to me?
I didn't say anything to you.
Okay, so roll damage.
From the cabin boy.
So it's the power, right?
Yeah.
So I have an absurd question.
Answer.
Is she within
19.
54 feet of me? Or
19.
Yeah.
all right.
Yes.
So you get plus 1 to your damage roll. So
20.
Got some good leadership.
To the what?
Oh,
You know what? Wait, no. You said 20.
yeah.
To the what is? Oh yeah. Then there's arm.
There's a whole lot of dead
Yeah.
going
so
on here.
20, 21 to the 3.
That was 20 with his included.
Yeah. Okay. So 20.
Bad news, Jacob. I think you're dead.
You shouldn't have surprised me. You should have been nicer. Just said, hello, ma'am.
Can I
Hello.
stab
Shit.
you?
Yar, you tried to take me ship and
You
kill
don't
me.
know what I'm doing. I'm trying to save you.
So yeah. Jacob.
Sorry, man.
You leap out, and you see someone in a diving suit. They blast you with a cannon. Everything explodes into pain and bright light, and you get thrown back through the hatch. You are still conscious, but you're pretty sure that you maybe bit off more than you could chew with this one.
Captain, there's someone aboard the ship.
why are you telling him?
Johnny, there's someone aboard the ship. You're welcome.
Callie's yelling down. Yeah, Gunny's closer. Callie's just yelling to the front of the ship. Captain, there's someone here. I'm just picturing Gunny standing there, just like, really?
The leadership issue that this group has is profound.
This is phenomenal.
By the way, Darth Vader from Elite says hello.
Oh, yay!
Hey!
All right.
So,
What's up, Darth Vader?
So, are you gonna lay there? Are you gonna get
I'm gonna
up?
try and crawl away from the hatch as fast as I can.
Okay, awesome. So yeah, Callie, you see it's dark in there. The only thing you can see, like, is only sunlight, only light from the outside. Also, as far as like time of day, the Ordic naval team went in 10 hours ago, and it was morning, so you all have a somewhat limited amount of light.
You don't have lanterns?
Some of you have the ability to produce light. For example, your diving suit has a chemical reagent lamp on the front of it.
Nice.
One of you, Mattel,
Oh, I believe I can take care of the light.
Yeah,
I can handle
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Mattel has a spell.
Were you molded by the lines?
What is the lighting mechanism that normally exists for this type of ship?
Gas lamps, internally at least.
Okay.
Because that's a great idea.
That is not the worst idea, but
What could go wrong?
Can I hear him moving away?
Yeah, you see the person that leapt at you, kind of drag himself shuffling.
take him alive!
Right,
Come on.
He'll be easy to track.
My character sees Gunny yell, "Take him alive," and kind of like realizes he missed a call, like even though it's not his responsibility, and he sees him yell, and he goes, "Yeah, take him alive!"
Fine. How
Okay.
far down is it into the hole?
So, it's not below deck. This is the above deck, the superstructure portion.
Okay.
So it's the same level as you, just inside.
I'm following.
Okay.
Tarek will be
cannon.
running down there as soon as he.
Tarek runs right in as well?
Danger.
Okay. Gunny?
I move towards the shooting to try to minimize the murder.
I will
Mattel?
follow Gunny, but keep my back to him to watch the open hatch just in case.
Okay.
Also, I will light a light in the darkness.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no, I can't shoot you. You got a cat.
Black Bray.
Is she allowed on the table?
Sure.
As long as she doesn't.
Just watch drinks, everybody.
Yep.
Mine are empty.
He lightly jogs toward the source of disturbance with his harpoon gun.
As much as you jog. And that was a comment on the character, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
If I'm gonna throw shade, it'll be significantly better than that. And what does bait do?
Hey,
There's no cats on the ship.
Sure.
Well, there probably is.
what happened?
Probably is a cat on the.
probably
Yeah,
is.
so what
Right.
are you doing? Everyone is running toward the hatch or providing cover.
I guess I'll hide for cover since I'm pretty useless.
That's for sure.
Yeah, look at my stats. Oh,
Tracy!
Tracy, what did I ever do to you?
Tracy, my name's Callie.
Ah,
Yar,
Harry.
it's got hot in here because someone got burned.
You'd have to
short it,
break-
short stuff.
you'd
Yar,
have to
fish
break
sticks.
the land and then let it- they're-
Your beard is
they're
stupid.
all, like, sealed.
Oh.
Does your character have a
My
beard?
character's beard is epic, I will have you know.
That's why I'm making fun of it.
Because you're jealous. Only you're good for
It's
is
not my
swimming.
So that's what this command thing is about. It's two people with epic beards.
Does your character have a huge beard too?
Of course he does.
Yep.
This is more epic.
I feel like the guy who can't grow facial hair.
Because you can't.
It's okay.
It's 'cause you're a fish.
Yeah, it's because you're a
Wicked
fish.
scales.
I hear a whisper from far away. Who said that?
You could grow like a beard of barnacles.
Ooh.
I'm jumping in the sea again.
Don't worry, that'll happen eventually, I'm sure.
So I jog down there with the harpoon gun.
Yeah. Okay. So you jog over there with the harpoon gun. Callie, you're first into the breach here.
Yeah. I'm going to turn my light turn on
Okay.
so I can see.
You're gonna turn the headlamp on.
Turn my lamp on.
You don't have any difficulty finding which direction this person went.
If there's a trail of blood,
Yep.
sweet.
You're gonna follow that.
The internet now insists that Rich speaks like a baby.
Do we know who that was, or was it anonymous?
Chris Eberly.
I don't know.
On behalf of Darth Vader.
Like a baby or maybe baby.
Turns out PayPal doesn't work in Costa Rica, so Mr. Eberly just said, "I'll do whatever it takes for you. Just let me know." And then he decided that you must talk like a baby. I can either confirm this is Darth or Chris, but does it really matter? Goo goo gaga.
Vader, you're gonna get some torpedoes next time
That
we're
doesn't
on
sound-
the lead.
That doesn't sound like a baby.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to go about
You
it.
almost started talking like Rowan, didn't you?
I did.
It's surprising how few babies sound like an angry person.
Like Batman?
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like the boss, baby.
I don't know what I want to do with this. That's what you're shooting for, Rich.
do I talk like? Where are the drugs?
All right. No, it's not Rillin. All right.
Shotgun of
He jogs down the hallway with the harpoon gun, and he gets over there and just stops and he goes. He looks, and what does he see?
Oh, so you see scorch marks on the edges of the hull, like something exploded.
Oopsies.
Edges of the hatch rather, like something exploded, which it did. Like maybe a pneumatic concussion cannon. And then you see a blood smear.
Okay.
Leading off down the passageway.
All right. My character looks at it and he goes, oh, "That's a big boo-boo. I'm hungry," and then gets distracted.
Gunny.
Captain, you sure
Lost
do
it
sound like a
again.
little baby.
He didn't have that much to play with to begin with, so
My character starts to throw a temper tantrum, takes his harpoon gun and throws it on the ground.
I'm not
I'm the
seeing
captain!
any difference in behavior. This is about what we were dealing with.
He kicks his harpoon cannon into the wall because he's a full-grown adult. He can throw shit around.
Whoa!
Roll 2 dice to see if the harpoon gun breaks.
Sounds good. Yeah. Roll 2 dice to see if the harpoon gun breaks. It's not quite a crit fail. It's not quite a crit fail. So we're gonna say that the harpoon gun goes off.
Hey, Rich.
What?
You know what you just did? You screwed up.
Nah, so that's number 6. That is positions around the table. Gunny. Actually, you know what? Make an attack at -3.
Okay. Let's see. Rat of 2,
Go for it.
so a -1.
Yeah, -1 on the dice. Do it.
That seems strangely. Oh wait,
Do it.
that doesn't seem right.
Roll the dice. Put the dice in the tray and tell me the result.
I rolled boxcars for those of you at home.
That's gonna hit.
Someone just took a harpoon right in the dome, didn't they?
What's the POW on it?
POW 12.
POW 12. All right.
Would I be close enough to shield guard that?
Yes. Yes, you
I
would.
would like to do that.
Sure, absolutely. So you're gonna roll the POW on the location, Rich.
Okay, POW 12.
And what's your arm, Tarek?
14 base.
14. Okay. So dice off 2. So
One
1 to the
damage
1.
to the 1.
Yeah. So basically, how this?
Spend a feat point to negate that.
Yes.
I would say just eat the 1 damage.
So how this plays out is Black Bray has basically is getting tired of how Gunny is doing things and basically trying to take the command that he actually has, because it is Gunny's command. It throws a fit, throws his harpoon gun. Harpoon gun goes off and fires toward Gunny, complete happenstance. And Tarek jumps in front of it and deflects it mostly with his shield.
So what have we learned here today? Don't throw your goddamn guns.
Someone needs a nap.
The internet has demanded, and this is Brett Painter, that Rich investigate the blood smear trail.
There you go. So you threw your harpoon gun.
Okay.
You are harpoon gunless.
I look down. My harpoon cannon's kind of busted. The harpoon's sticking out of his armor.
Oh, no. The harpoon struck the armor, kind of like give him a glancing blow in the face. So,
And went past
service
him
mark,
kind of thing.
And went right over the gunwale.
Okay. Well,
So you
that's
have
the end of that.
You have the harpoon gun, but you're going to have to, take time, reeling it back in.
You've got an expensive club.
Also, I'd like to note, this is the guy who enslaved me. That's how useful I am.
Or how smart you are.
We are best buds.
Yeah.
We do everything together. You're not my slave.
Oh,
You're
okay.
you're Scooby-Doo, he's Shaggy.
There you go.
All right.
All right.
All
With
right.
less dope.
Okay.
Oh, Raggy.
So
Callie.
I'm gonna spend a turn reeling in the harpoon
Okay.
before I go check out the blood splatter.
Oh no, I want to change his voice now.
So, Callie,
Yeah.
you are trying to follow that blood smear. And Black Bray kind of like pushes past you excitedly. You're a little slow in the diving suit.
I like beer. He says that.
Yeah.
The baby told him.
Can I maybe put my foot out a little bit?
You can try.
I'm gonna try and trip him. He's being a jerk.
Yeah, I'm trying to hide.
Oh, I see. It's a worksheet.
So, as you're going through, Mr. Black Bray, give me a perception. Other Black Bray. There you go.
No, I was just signaling Jake. He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yay.
Okay.
Holy crap.
I sense the passage of time.
No, you do not.
I rolled 2 boxcars again.
They're
baby who
Chessex, so
senses
we know
the
they're
future.
trash. But so, yeah. So Callie has clearly had enough of your shenanigans and sticks a leg out, basically trying to trip you and slow you down. This is her hunt. You're having none of this, and you leap right over her leg, slip in the blood, and slide on the blood smear into the next room.
Right before I slip and fall, I slip and fall because I turn around and say, "You're meanie pants," and then fall down.
You smell like poop.
And then falls on his ass and slides.
I laugh uproariously. I can't do that right now.
Okay.
So you slide in. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I say down from the area that you guys are down, and I'm like, Brady, are you all right? Brady, you doing all right, pal?
Your new nickname is Brady. So what you slide into is the wardroom. That is in disarray. There's a china cabinet door that's been torn loose, and there are broken dishes littering the deck. The table is still set and is set for 4. There's a horrible smell wafting from one corner of the room, and you see you kind of lose the blood smear in all of the broken china and dishes on the ground.
Sorry.
Wow. Yeah, but how does a baby react to this?
Please keep in mind that you are only speaking like a baby. You are
this is
acting
true.
like
Yeah.
a man.
Also, listeners, can someone clip Rich saying, "But how does a baby react to this?" in a ridiculously serious tone?
Just trying to stay in character. My character looks
you
around.
speak like a baby.
He
but you
sees
don't
the
have
blood. He sees all the smashed shit. It's dark. He's hungry. He's starts crying.
I now release you from being a baby.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No. Wait.
All right. So Gunny, you had a near hit there, but you are a-okay. Your valiant crew member Tarek saved you from apparently a giant dwarf baby.
Giant dwarf baby.
He's
He's what, like 5'7"?
not even.
4'5" kind of thing.
10 feet 3.
Yeah, kind
Anyone?
of, miniature giant space hamster sort of thing. So you got it. Tell us your secrets, moderator.
Chris Eberly. Otherwise known
MVP.
as soon to be in receivership or bankruptcy. Specifically makes Rich's situation worse. I don't know. Crick's Pirates or something.
Duly noted.
I'm glad you've taken Congo's iron from me. I appreciate that.
Me thinks me boy is about to become a Crick's Pirates.
Oh yeah. So So yeah, Gunny, how do you take control of the situation again?
Well, if years of serving in the Signaran military have taught me anything, it is time for ABB management style to come to the fore. Always be bellowing. And, as it has served me on the battlefield, it will serve me now. Stand to, you dolts!
My character hears someone yelling in the distance. He gets even more upset.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Mattel,
Our struggle.
what are
It's like
you
the man
what are
baby.
you up to right now?
Currently, I'm covering his back
Okay. Tarek,
and generating light. I'll scooch toward the edge, but not
Okay.
there.
I'd like to follow the giant dwarf baby in there.
okay.
Did you ever think you'd say that in a role-playing game?
How about ever,
Maybe not this one.
How about ever in life at all?
Right?
Instead of attacking
If I had a nickel.
could I try to sneak or pass in
You'd have a nickel.
and draw the china cabinet on him?
We're good. So, Callie and
Bray.
yes, well, Bray's already in the room. Callie and Tarek exit that passageway and enter the wardroom just in time to see the china cabinet fall over on top of Black Bray.
I laugh.
This is the kind of slap.
What's your arm there, Bray?
6?
6.
What is that, like a t-shirt?
I believe it's technically a well-worn T-shirt.
It's not a t-shirt, it's a shitty t-shirt.
It's not as good as the T-shirts you can. It's not as good as the T-shirts you can get by clicking on the "Click for Swag" button at JohnCon 2018. If this china cabinet had fallen on you while wearing a JohnCon 2018 T-shirt, that would have been an extra 2 or 3 for the hoodie. And if you can click down there, you go to the bottom of the stream and click on the button on the left for "Click for Swag."
John, were you aware that this generates revenue for the food pantry?
I was aware that this indeed does generate revenue for the food pantry. Ladies and gentlemen, we here at JohnCon are raising money tonight to feed the poor. If you have more, you should give more. That's what the good book taught me. So get on over there to johncon.com, or that's not even true. Click one of the buttons down below. It'll take you to the PayPal pool, and that's where we give the big middle finger to GoFundMe. So you can give money like Congo the Jorgamond has been giving, literally to turn Rich's life into hell. So get on down there, click there, get some swag, and we're back to GM Dan.
Take 2 to the 2.
Why?
The china
For a china cabinet falling on me?
It's a wooden cabinet.
It's a hardwood cabinet that
Would you like me to push a china cabinet on you
No.
and get back to me on that 2 points of damage?
Okay. I'm gonna say the falling china cabinet is hard enough. It hits him hard enough to kind of snap him out of the whining like a little bitch. So he's now like he feels better now. He's like, oh, and then he notices Callie's in the room too.
I didn't know you played Sigma.
And he goes, ooh. No, then I would still be whining like a little bitch. He sees that your character's name is Callie, right?
Yeah.
He sees Callie's in the room and that she probably saw him whimpering. And he like, it's a scratch. I'll be fine.
Glad to hear it.
Did it fall?
You don't see that. You see the cabinet fall, and that's really it. It was in motion when you turned the corner and entered the room. Additionally, through the wardroom, you can see onto the bridge.
I'll have my sword drawn and righteous flames ignited.
Yeah. So, by the way, Tarek, in true Menite fashion, true protectorate of Menoth fashion, his sword is on fire.
Boom!
You have
through the power of faith.
You have a flaming sword out in the middle of a wooden ship.
What could go wrong?
This is a metal ship.
Now the outside is metal, the inside is wood.
Powered by gas lamps.
Gunny.
Lit by gas lamps.
Gunny, can
Is
you
this
fix
like
this?
actual fire, or is this magical menite
It's holy fire.
It'll burn stuff.
Yeah, the flames themselves are not going to just like light everything nearby on fire. Yeah, are not
Like
going to
this,
just
less
yeah, not going to light everything nearby on fire. However, were Tarek to apply the sword to things with or without vigor directly, they would likely catch fire or smolder, at least.
I can't help it. My faith is so strong.
Can you just buy a lamp?
Can we put that up for right now? Just maybe. No, I'm not saying that I don't appreciate the fervor of your faith, but maybe in closed spaces, not 100% best idea.
All right.
While they figure out whether or not to apply a flaming sword to a wooden ship, I would like to recognize the appearance of royalty in the chat room. Ladies and gentlemen, Tin Man XL, the OG video podcaster. Hey, Ron.
Ron.
I have to go to the bathroom. I'm really sorry.
Go right ahead. You're perfectly fine.
All right.
Yeah, it's all good.
Your character totally won't die while you're gone.
Yeah, bait is,
Fishes P2.
Yes.
and that's
Fish
why we
meat.
don't drink seawater. No, there's other reasons to not drink seawater.
You'll
I
die.
thought it tasted salty.
That's what she said.
Not for nothing, but salty is in a different adventure.
As far as we know, we're not done yet.
I thought this was supposed to be less innuendo than mist.
Nope.
We all thought wrong. Yeah.
So we hear the loud crash. I think we all move towards the wardroom to see what on earth has happened and see a dwarf surrounded by a pile of broken china and china cabinet.
Yar, someone threw
Wait,
this
time
cabinet
out.
on me.
Time out.
What?
There's no china in setting. What is it actually called if it's not china?
Delicate
Scorna.
delicate glassware.
That's fair.
Scorna's pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
They're known for making very elaborate, plates and shit.
Scorn.
Scorn, I guess.
Totally not China.
If that isn't a Doug Seacat question, I don't know what is.
Man,
Doug Zekat, what is China called in the Iron Kingdom?
Yeah, what is China called? Is it just dishes?
F. Doug Seacat, he said rum was made by alchemy.
That's why I'm on this team. So I can make rum.
Sorry,
No,
what,
that
make
is-
rum?
That is an answer that he gave at Lock and Load.
I can believe it.
Maybe he thinks it's a magical drink.
Money just came in, and I will announce what it's about as it happens.
Perfect.
Oh, that's not ominous
So-
at all. All right.
So how?
Tells me it's to fail a roll.
Not necessarily. There's even worse things. So
They're gonna say-
okay. So yeah, that's
Sorry, that's...
The decoration.
But fair.
so yeah.
Or they could be pewter plates.
That would be
Oh.
amazingly
Things don't
dangerous.
break so easy.
That would hurt.
Well, I mean, only dangerous to the person it fell on.
Right. Exactly. That's what excites me. Not, it's
I should mention that all the things that are going to happen are Chris Wells' fault.
this is acceptable to me.
We got like a 50-50 chance here. Well,
what
actually,
I'm
no.
hearing is being unknown is paying off.
You said Chris Wells, right? Just to
Yeah.
make sure.
Yeah, you
Okay.
said this thing a sing shanty, and you did it well.
Yeah. Come to sword class. So yeah, that is the situation. There is another hatch onto the bridge. There, back the way you came, there was a hatch to another room, but the smear went past that.
Can we follow the smear? I like to follow
The smear ends at the broken dishes.
The blood of a
We all know
heretic.
Scorna has
Well-
great clotting properties.
Yeah. Can I try to figure out where the person went?
Sure, give me a perception because I don't think you have tracking or anything.
Sure don't.
She critically succeeds.
Oh, all right. So, yeah.
By
so-
the way, your pass is now expired.
So you, so look through the dishes. You realize that it's the dishes must have been here first. They must have already been broken, because you're seeing blood drops through them.
Oh yeah.
And you're seeing blood smeared on the inside of the china cabinet, and you see a bloody thumbprint on the hatch to the bridge.
You got a really messy.
Uh-huh.
Hey Gunny, he's going to the bridge. I follow him.
Seems reasonable.
We should employ stealth. Cling, clang, cling, clang.
Right.
Oh yeah, stealth is a great idea. I'm only glowing like a fucking beacon.
I'm in a diving suit with a headlamp. I'm like this.
So, who's first through the breach?
Me.
Nope. Captain has to. Sorry.
Yeah.
Cap has to prove himself again because he looked like an idiot. So he's going to draw his
He
saber.
looked. It was looking.
Oh, I think you're
Yeah.
talking to me. He's going to draw his saber, step toward the door.
Okay, so you're gonna go through the door first.
He's
Okay.
pushing me out of the way to get
So going through the door, you see that the bridge is a disaster. Off to the side, the mutineers' armory is open and empty. You can see through the attached hatch to the operations room, where something is blowing in the wind, and there are right, and you see a couple blood drops on the ground, and that is all. Mind you, there are pressure gauges and pipes leading to the bridge for the status of the engine room, as well as multiple hatches for sending information up and down through the ship to the bridge. So there are a lot of places for someone to be hiding here.
Hey, so I'd also like to point out that on my character it says as one of my skills, sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you going to try to sneak in
Can I
behind?
Can I enter? Because I was in the duck and cover area.
You were, but if you want to follow everyone through, that's fine.
I want to do that.
Would he
Okay.
get a bonus with everyone else bumbling around?
It would definitely make it easier, yeah.
Misdirection is a powerful tool to use for someone who's sneaky.
Oh my god.
I have an NPC like this in Sewer Bear. It's great.
Also, keep in mind, everyone, you do have feat points. If you completely mess up a roll that is not messed up because of donations, you each have 3 feat points that you can use. You know what? We're gonna say, actually, instead of feat points, you have tickets. Anything you can do with a feat point, you can spend a ticket, 5 tickets for.
I don't have any tickets. What?
You have 3 feat
You have
points.
20. You have 25 tickets.
There you go.
Can I take a look around the room, see if I see anything weird? I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, and I'll
Dan's
actually read
talking.
this off from this fantastic cheat sheet. So things that you can do with a feat point. You can boost a non-attack skill roll. So like if you're like I really want to sneak real hard because if I'm discovered, someone might jump out and try to kill me. You can spend a feat point. You can spend tickets to boost that roll. Heroic dodge, where you can spend a feat point to only suffer half damage from the attack, rounded up. You can spend a feat point to make a quick action, or parry, which is immunity to free strikes during your turn. Relentless charge, so you can move through terrain without a penalty. Reroll failed attack, skill, or willpower rolls. You can also move up to 2 times your speed in inches. Shake continuous effect, shake knockdown, shake stationary. You can sprint even if you are so once you destroy or basically if you kill something or incapacitate it, you can make an advance. Two-fisted, you can attack with a weapon in each hand without penalty. Two-fisted. That's what it means.
Okay.
My concussion cannon and a grenade.
It's a drinking game. Walk it off. Walk it off. You can regain D3 +1 vitality if you're not incapacitated. So there's a lot of things you can do with feat points. If you have any questions, if you're like, hey, GM, I would like to not suffer whatever horrible thing is happening. Is this what a feat point does? I can tell you. And by that, I mean I'll look at the cheat sheet.
Sounds good. So can I look for weird, like, suspect things?
Yeah, sure.
Not only does he do that, but he succeeds critically.
Ah.
Note that this is the end of your pass. Also note that Chris Eberly just donated to make not only a critical success, but a critical fail happen to him as well.
Oh.
So that's
You-
what pass means.
So you're looking around the bridge, and you think you see something. You see over the center navigation console, and under one of the steam pipes that leads to a set of gauges, you see something there, maybe moving in the shadows.
Okay. It's like a person-sized thing?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. A bigger thing, not just like
Yeah.
a little animal or something.
Mhm.
Okay. Yar, there be something over here!
Okay. And as you say that, the person who you guys had...
I go to throw him... I go to throw him off the ground, but because my next roll is a crit fail, I throw him into him.
Hey, Jeremy.
So there's another entrance to the bridge. You being the smart one in this group, all except for Mateo. You being the tactical, that's the better term. You realize that there is a hatch to the bridge from the main deck. So you just walk around and you open that door just in time to see Black Bray with a blood-encrusted sailor on top of him throw the sailor over his shoulder directly into you. So the sailor and you are both knocked prone on the bridge.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
So, I'm going to ask first before I do this. I don't want to make this terrible for everybody and everybody to hate me after this.
You'll have to try a lot harder, I promise
you.
you.
Just do it.
I think this is great. Please continue.
Okay. So, my guy, yells out, "I'm coming, Brady!" And I run down to get my friend to stop dying from a meanie sailor.
He's coming over.
Oh, he's coming over.
He is not your friend.
Yeah, Gunny just immediately yells, "He's not your friend!"
I don't care. I want to do something cool for once.
My character yells back, "He is my friend, buddy!"
He's not your buddy, pal.
Okay. He's not your friend, guy.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
By the way, GM Dan, the internet has granted you one free anything you want to have happen.
So, we're going to get just a single round of actions from around the table, and then I'm going to describe the scene.
Okay.
And this is in no particular initiative order. Gunny, how are you reacting to this, and what are you trying to do?
Well, I've just had a sailor thrown at me, and he apparently hit, so I'm going to attempt to hit him in such a way as to incapacitate him.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Using my years of trencher dirty fighting training, I'm certain that I will end up punching myself in the bits, because terrible things are going to happen.
Shaking the magic 8-ball says, so all signs point to yes.
Tarek?
I will try to pull the bloody sailor off of Gunny.
Okay.
I thought all trenchers know how to do is make cloud walls. They actually can fight. Sorry.
You'll find out tomorrow.
Oh, opinions vary.
Opinions vary.
Get some Signar.
As my character finishes the throw, he is now really pissed because no one gets the drop on old Captain Bray Blackwick.
Can't even say it with a straight face.
No, I actually had to look at the card because I didn't remember what his last name was.
Yar, what do I call me?
So he's pissed, and he goes over to where he threw the bloody sailor.
Okay. And what about Mateo Bane Gateau?
I am totally just going to put up a aura of protection to keep everyone safe.
For
Okay.
which he fails miserably at.
Oh!
The internet has deemed.
Okay. Bait.
Yes? Sorry.
No, that's fine. What specifically are you trying to do now in this situation? Like, you arrive in the room, how are you react? Like, what are you doing?
Well, I look over at this terrible person that is attacking my short friend, and
Some Stockholm syndrome right here.
adrenaline's rushing through my brain.
Bates' new name is
thinking-
Reek.
Go ahead. That is the correct response.
Do you mind?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
You're no. You're good. We're just rude. Please continue.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, you're.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, you go in and you're trying to
Attack this.
the sailor.
Yeah.
Okay. Callie.
Microphone.
I'm gonna go in the room and try to help get the guy off of Gunny.
Okay.
Before she dies.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't die. We like you.
working
Yeah,
out.
I don't want this to be a Make-A-Wish situation.
Too far. Too far.
We are firing on all cylinders
Yeah, I'm
tonight.
gonna try and get
There's 3
the
levels of
guy
level you
I'm
go to.
flying at Gunny off the Gunny.
Sure.
That's the scary part.
So everyone rushes into the scrum to solve this problem. Gunny goes to grab his bayonet to use the back end of it to hopefully stun the sailor. Hopefully stun the sailor. He grabs the bayonet. The sailor is leaping off of him toward his cutlass. Tarek and Bait both rush in, trying to address the issue with the sailor. Bait gets one hand on the sailor. Tarek gets too close and starts cooking Bait. Bait screams and releases.
Does it smell like a lovely
It
seafood
smells
restaurant?
It smells terrible.
Why are you so mean to the fish guy?
Fish sticks!
I'm trying to help you. What, do you not want help? Alright, I'll let you die.
I can fix him.
Callie, in the diving suit, essentially steamrolls over Bray. And falls over, also knocking over Mateo. So at this point, half of you are prone. No one has really succeeded in doing anything. One person actually still has a weapon out, and that is Gunny. The sailor has retrieved his cutlass, and at this point, you hear from deep in the bowels of the ship.
Here we go. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Deep in the bowels of the ship. My notes are here somewhere. An unbelievable shriek echoing through it, probably even across the waves. It's bone deep and vibrates the hull. And as the last echo dies, you hear the hiss of gas and metal tinking and clicking as the gas globes in the bridge ignite, filling the ship interior with a soft, warm glow as the sun begins to go down.
And on that note, folks, I want to remind everybody that you're watching JohnCon 2018. This is the Beer Machine sponsored RPG here with Dan Vanderkoy. And I want to thank everybody who has been so very generous so far. Big announcement. We have broken the $1,000 mark for JohnCon. At 2 hours and 45 minutes into the official start of the event. We have So for those of you who are watching the PayPal at home, you're seeing it at $606 right now. But when you add the $400 that was raised through T-shirt sales and everything there on the swag, we are now at $1,006, thus breaking last year's number already. So huge kudos to everybody out there that's watching this. And I know that everybody here has not had a break in an hour and 45 minutes. So what we would like to do is I'm going to leave this up here on the screen here for people who are donating. There's another one that just came in. Okay, so and I have been given certain powers, but we'll get back to that after the break. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the BeerPG. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and I'm going to leave the screen on the donation section. We'll be right back.
Hi. Hi, friendly guy.
Fantastic.
So we're still on break, folks, but I just wanted to take this minute to just remind everybody that you're watching JohnCon 19 from Casa John Basement. We have an RPG going on tonight, and we're just taking a little short break here. But remember, folks, if you look down, if you're watching the stream on the Twitch, down below you've got a button on the right-hand side to click to donate to the PayPal. Every dollar that's donated is going to get you the opportunity to do something terrible to the people who are playing this game, and will also get you the ability to give some great money for a great cause. Every dollar that is being donated is going. Hey, Ron! Every dollar that's being donated is going to the Racine Food Shelf to benefit a community of people who is in a tough spot here in Racine. So thank you, everybody who has been. Congo the Jorgamon, you've got our. You clearly have the record so far for how much has been given. It's been super great. But I'd also want to thank Brett Painter. I want to thank everybody that's given. Chris Wells that is given tonight. And thanks, everybody. We're going to be back probably in about another 5 minutes or so to continue the adventure. We're just kind of refueling the old beer wagon and petting the cats and making sure everything's good. So once again, thank you for being here. We will be back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for JohnCon. We are doing a caster draft, and we will be broadcasting the caster draft live, which will be amazing. And then we are going to get playing some War Machines. So please stay tuned, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes. I think that whole little discussion I just gave about JohnCon and all that stuff wasn't recorded or even broadcast because I had myself on mute. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is JohnCon 2018, and we are in the process of bringing it back up. Rich, if you would like to give the audience, as we are wont to do on this show, a little bit of a beer review of what it is kind of beverage that you are having right now.
Sure. So we actually have a wide range of beverages around the table right now. I am drinking from Stone Brewing Arrogant Bastard Ale. This is a straight-ahead American strong ale. It comes in at 7.2%. Stone Brewing actually has two main locations. One's in San Diego, the other's in Richmond, Virginia. I highly recommend you check out their breweries. Always a great time. And little side note, if you can handle lactose in beers, I can't, but a lot of people can. They make a beer called Zacovesa, which is like spelled Xoca or something like that. It's a spiced milk stout. It is phenomenal. I suggest you do that. I tasted a little bit of it, so I wouldn't get sick, but holy crap, do it.
It is their second best beer.
We also have, John is drinking Orange Fanta. Don't you want to? We also have.
Oh, you know I'm wild and crazy like that.
We're drinking the Third Reich.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong, actually.
Yikes.
Yep, something joke about VW. We also have Rogue Dead Guy Ale, also from California originally. It's a. I'm trying to remember.
You could also look at the bottle.
No, I should have known this though off the top of my head.
Do it all-
No, they're not California. They're Oregon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do what all the other beer podcasts do, and look it up on Untapped, and refuse to admit you're doing that.
That's true. I don't have it all memorized. Anyway, it's a solid straight ahead ale. Comes in at 6.8%. It's great, and I'm glad I turned John Spencer onto it.
Yeah, I very much like that. I'll be getting some at home if I can.
I'm also glad you turned him on.
It's not the beer he wanted, but it is the beer he deserved.
Dan, what are you drinking over there?
I am drinking Spotted Cow by Nuclearis. As I just described, this is the platonic ideal of an easy drinking beer.
Fuck yeah. It's a cream ale in every possible way of thinking of a cream ale. It is the definitive cream ale.
Is it technically a saison?
No.
No, it's
It
cream
does say
ale.
cream ale?
No, it's they label it as ale because when people see
Okay.
cream ale, they think trash.
This is
And
well. I
they're
mean, they're
u-
used to seeing
and the-
Jenny. So
yeah, well,
I
they're
mean,
usually
you know.
right.
Yeah,
but yeah.
We also have Tracy is drinking Central Waters Cassian Sunset. Now, I tried this last night, and let me just give you the description: stout aged in used oak bourbon barrels with coffee, vanilla beans, and cinnamon added. It is wonderful.
There's no ABV on it. It's between 11 and 12%.
I think I was just gonna say I remember it saying like around 11.
It also doesn't taste like that.
It's very complex. There's a lot going on in this.
It doesn't go well with barbecue or horseradish chips.
This is a.
It's literally a velvet glove with nails like inside of it that you're getting hit across the face with.
Yes. So yeah, Tracy is drinking in style.
Yes.
And Chuck, John's son, is drinking a Coke and also a bottle of water.
I'm drinking beautiful.
John, what do you got over there?
I have Central Waters Stout. It's a bitchy little stout. Absurd yet flaccid.
Listen, that beer survived a car accident.
Yes. First off, fuck all Chevrolet Tahoes because beer hates them and wants to get out so fast that they literally can't wait and then fall on the ground. But don't break, they just open. What? Anyway, there's a long story behind that, and don't buy Tahoes. It is it's a very smooth drinking beer. It is malt beverage aged in used oak bourbon barrels because they couldn't afford new ones or something. And it's Central Waters, so I'm guessing it's Amherst, Wisconsin. It is brewed in Amherst, which is well known for its unemployment rate and votes for Trump. So this is probably 6 guys that know what the fuck they're doing, and this is their beer.
Pete and Mike turned us on to Central Waters. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Do they know what they're doing?
So, I don't even know where Amherst is. Do you know where Amherst is? No, I can look it up. We've both lived our entire lives here, and neither of us know where the fuck Amherst
That's
is.
like my town in Michigan. Nobody knows
Stop
my
messing
life.
with my mic.
Where is What?
He's messing with my headphones microphone.
Okay, so you calm down and you stop. So there you go. So there you go. That's where we are with beers, and they're lovely. Mike and Pete are beer geniuses, and I would not argue with them.
And we will see them tomorrow.
Absolutely, they will be here for JohnCon. So getting back to the adventure, GM Dan.
Yeah. So in celebration of reaching $1,000 or more.
More now.
Yeah, now you bet it is. Celebrating 1,000. To further complicate matters, something has gone wrong with the gas globes, particularly in the bridge, and they light, and you continue hearing hissing, and then they explode in tiny little fireballs and break, continuing to feed glass but no longer igniting. Tarek, you may want to leave the room. And the exploding glass blinds Gunny. Not permanently, not like, oh god, I have no eyes. But
in the room. Okay.
What are you looking at me for? I'm not even the narrator.
I'm wearing this
No.
that entirely encompasses my body, protected with blind glass.
Oh no, I was looking at you because I just didn't know if there were any lingering tragedy donations, as in like things that will be tragic for these wonderful crew of people.
In the interest of helping Jeremy along in his adventure, Christopher Eberly has suggested that someone should make things worse. So I'm going to just tilt it at Jeremy.
Not me.
Have you seen the crew that I have to work with? How much worse can they really get?
You really have leadership issues, and I don't know who else to blame it on.
You should really do background checks on people, like when you hire them.
Apparently, you were the only person who could qualify the.
Not for nothing, but background checks apparently don't work.
He said he was totally legit.
And super sweet.
So the sailor that was lunging for his cutlass gets his cutlass, and leaps at Jeremy, who is in the entry hatch to the bridge.
Is that an NPC run by Jacob?
It is.
The internet has decreed that Jacob gets a critical auto success.
Are you kidding?
Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Look,
I have to talk like a baby.
It's a bad day to be Jeremy.
And
Every
Jacob
day
gets,
is.
It doesn't really matter what you roll. It's a critical auto success.
Yeah. Well, damage.
$10.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So
Brett,
Permanent or like
this particular roll is a critical auto success
sailor
for you. Thanks to
leaps-
Brett Painter.
so now we know who.
Thanks, Brett.
So so Gunny.
Oh, Chris Eberly. I'm sorry. Chris
Okay.
Eberly did it.
So Gunny was in the doorway to the bridge. He wasn't even on the bridge, but one of the gas globes was directly above the door. Fell down into his face. He can't see really well, so he doesn't even see this attack coming. The sailor lunges at him and stabs him in the shoulder, 6 to the 5. Stabs him in the shoulder, and starts yelling at him, demanding,
where is your lifeboat?
First off, I will heroically dodge.
okay, so
Stop using rules.
So you're gonna take half damage.
Yes.
Yep. So you're gonna take half damage from that. Yep.
What language are you yelling this in?
I was curious what language we're all using.
Ordic.
Ordic?
Yes.
I
It's usually
speak
Ordic or
Ordic,
Signarin, yeah.
but for comedy's sake,
Yeah,
we'll respond
I don't-
in Signarin.
I'm pretty sure all of you can speak Ordic, except for actually, you know what? Bait doesn't speak languages real well, but most of you can understand the basics of what he says.
I was curious.
Okay.
You're like a Wookiee.
Oh.
Sure, fish
Yeah.
Wookiee.
Yeah, you're a fish Wookiee.
That's probably not a good word.
Fish Wookie.
Maybe Wookiees look like that underneath the fur. You never shaved a Wookiee.
Have you ever? I'm not going to try.
Oh wait.
I like my arms right where they are.
So we need to get up early tomorrow morning, right? Because I'm not sleeping anymore. So,
Hold on.
so yes, you yell back. What lifeboat? Is that correct?
More or less.
Okay.
The lifeboat you must have taken to get to this ship.
That's why they're called skiffs, and it's not here.
What do you mean it's not here? Where did you come from?
That's why they're called skiffs, and it's not here.
Gunny, pretend like he is Cap when he's in his baby mode and explain in easy terms.
Yar, do you want to talk to management or someone who knows what's going on?
He wants to talk
You know
about-
how I know you work in IT?
I take him hostage and demand someone tell me where the lifeboat
Yeah,
is.
the sailor at this point has stepped behind Gunny and has him at cutlass point, and is essentially taking him hostage and being like, I demand to get off the ship.
Yar, listen to me, you scallywag. There is no ship docked to this. They will only get out when we signal them. And,
Then signal him or he dies.
okay.
Don't signal the ship, because if I die, you're next.
Yar, if he dies, I become captain. Go ahead and kill him.
If I die, no one signs off on your paychecks.
Yar, he has a good point.
Also, I'll shake blind.
I work for
Yeah,
Manoff,
go ahead.
so-
Yeah, you work for Menoff, but you're paid by me because that's why you're here. That's how capitalism works.
You keep me-
I give you money to stab people in the name of your somewhat over-enthusiastic god.
Yar, all you have to do is go out.
Flush with flaming swords.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's a little close to the point.
Yar, sailor, all you have to do is go up topside and yell as loud as you can, whoopee cushion, and they will show up in a hurry.
You think you
I'll
need
allow it.
chicken?
I think you don't have much choice. Because there's 6 of us and 1 of you.
I thinks I have a hostage at knife point.
Just some of the
I told you how to do it, son. Now do it.
That's not a knife. It's a cutlass.
And this is a pneumatic cannon.
This is a knife. Also a cannon.
And this is a spear.
You call that a knife?
I'm gonna go ahead and spend a feat point, so that friendly models in my command range don't suffer blast damage from friendly models, and tell you to pull the trigger.
Oh god!
I ducked down into
but
the
wait,
hatch
but
as
wait.
He was standing
Oh,
there.
Hang on.
but wait.
Hang on,
Oh,
hang on,
no.
hang on.
The internet has interrupted that action.
How so?
Jacob takes another swing at Jeremy.
Oh, poor Jeremy. I'm actually feeling bad for
I saw my
him.
instant.
So we're gonna do this simultaneously. Roll these two.
Just screaming in slow motion.
God.
Take the shot!
Roll these 3.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's not a good thing.
5, 5, and 3.
Oh
Okay.
shit.
You're gonna take 5 to the 5. Yes, that is a good choice. You're gonna take 5 to the 5 as he literally cuts your throat in the middle of you yelling. But you do, Kelly, you do hear the captain yell, basically, take the shot.
I'm going to take the shot.
Go for it.
I'm going to duck down into the hatch that he came from.
Both of you actually give me an initiative. For you,
Me?
yeah, so roll initiative. You roll these two.
Activate my stone and mortar
Initiative is...
stance.
what do
You're
I
fine,
activate?
actually. You're not going to take blast damage because of the order.
Okay.
What do I ask for initiative? I forget.
There is an
Still
initiative
hot to have a
stat.
shield because it looks
It is the first
Yeah,
one
oh, yeah.
line under the
Oh, right there. 13.
Super
So I'm
metal.
at 17.
Okay, you're at 17?
Oh shit.
Yeah, that isn't, you did not roll high enough using. Roll to hit.
You have +1 to hit.
You do.
Actually, hold on. You may end up having a total of +3 hits.
Oh my. I don't
I-
think it matters.
Nope.
Oh, no, you hit. It's
I'm
okay.
pretty sure she landed that one regardless.
So, roll damage.
Don't deserve a slow clap.
It's got, Jesus saves, Moses invests.
19.
You add +1 for being a bit. Alright.
20 damage.
So, I don't need a location for
I'll
that
be able
either.
to change a roll.
No.
Uh,
No.
So, the
If,
sailor.
if only the internet allowed you to do that.
I just want to do
the-
funny voices.
If they donate enough.
So, the sailor explodes. You're all covered in sailor.
I got a suit on. I'm good.
Sailor all over the
I need my
place.
Easy,
stuff and my
Jeremy.
mask.
It's okay.
Do I get a bone?
We-
You should probably wash your face before you get pink eye.
Yeah.
Put that blood in there.
Blood and viscera will do that.
Do I get a bone?
You can try to find
Just-
one.
Walk away. Walk
There's
away.
going to be a lot of big pieces left.
Just walk
There's gonna be
away.
a lot of
We can end this now.
splatter.
Just walk away.
So-
There's mostly chunky salsa left, unfortunately.
Don't eat that. Don't eat that. It's not good for you. Put it out. Spit it out.
I'm just.
A roll up newspaper.
The Order of the Golden Crucible Stormtrooper in a diving suit lecturing the bog trog. Spit it out. You shouldn't eat that, and treating it like, a cat that found a frog.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, he's not really a person. He's like a thing.
The spacism is rampant.
Okay,
He's
okay,
got no soul, so.
I'm in character.
okay, alright.
It's almost like she's a Republican.
Oh!
So you're good. What are you donating for?
I begin sheathing
I really
my
couldn't help it.
spear
I'm gonna go
very
ahead and
slightly.
walk it
I'm
off.
trying to save you
Yeah.
from a bad mistake.
Do it up.
Okay.
Alright, so that's 4, that's 7,
Yep. So Gunny, being a consummate professional badass, literally rubbed some dirt on it, and it's all good. And it's pretty good.
Where did he get the dirt
I mean,
from?
if you'd like to,
I would like to help him.
it's probably all over Black Bray's clothes.
He's the boss. I have my money.
So Black Bray has blood and guts all over him now.
Yeah, everyone does.
Nice. He looks down at it, sees it kind of as a badge of honor.
So I add the last one to
You know,
it?
the blood of heritage is
15.
my second favorite smell.
Oh.
I rolled a 15 in medicine to help.
You love the smell of muscle and sinew in the morning.
17 to help. Oh, 15 to help?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know how hard it is to
Skill,
get
yo.
these stains out. You do, right?
See if I can make sure I get some more. I gotta keep them around so I can get paid.
Yeah.
Can't wait to rewatch this with the chat.
By the time I walk it off,
That's why we've got
I'm
squires.
fine.
You're good. Okay.
So,
Scrub brushes. I probably reek then.
I'm clean on the
someone say
inside.
reek.
Keep going, I'm listening.
What's happening? So, and other things your GM shouldn't be saying.
The captain, Blackberry is the only one who's actually, in any shape, fashion, or form,
That's
trained with operating a ship.
with
correct?
navigation of any kind, correct.
Okay, so here's the question: Is he sail based or is he cross trained to have some idea how operating a steam based vessel will work?
He'd be cross-trained.
Excellent. I'm going to tell him to shut down the boilers before we all blow up.
That's why you're the boss.
So, going over and looking at the gauges, Black Bray sees that the boiler is actually already dead. The boiler is not hot. It is cold. All gauges all the way down to 0. So it is already off. Not only that, you see the first sign of violence. You don't think it is related to you guys.
I just exploded a guy.
Let me correct that. The first sign of violence before you got onto the
Old
ship.
violence.
Yeah. Where you see Black Bray sees that there is a bullet lodged in the thick glass of the front viewing window. And that the enter room status gauges that he's looking at are obscured and half clogged with thick dried blood. So older blood, obviously. Basically what this mess is going to turn into in a couple hours.
I'm going to ask our medic / mage / doer of everything. Real quick check. Humanoid
Well-rounded,
blood,
competent party member.
former blood, electro blood.
It's the right color for human blood.
And dino blood. Jesus fucking
Yeah,
Christ.
you're pretty sure based on the
the best
appearance and
doctor ever.
taste that it's human
We
blood.
don't even need to
get
be
better.
here. I could
Not only that, she can probably tell what type it is, whether or not they have any bloodborne diseases.
They do.
Something-
No, get it.
Like an O.
Yeah.
what they were last drinking.
Kirby, you need a little bit more.
I just wanted to make sure that it was actually blood, not like engine fluid or something.
Right, yeah.
Blood.
Nah, it's definitely blood.
All right.
Alright, so,
So are we sure all these gauges are working and not have been disconnected? Some of
looks
the
like
things
more
on the
oil.
boiler?
Yar, the needles don't seem to be moving.
That looks like motor oil.
that's true.
What is it? It's really dark.
It is really dark. Oh, you want to do a beverage?
By the way,
update?
we're talking about beer here.
Yeah.
I would love to try.
Is that the one?
I found this actually in the store in town.
It's called Abduction. It has aliens on it. It's basically his dream.
It
And
says Cherry Coffee Imperial Stout.
Oh.
It comes from Pipeworks Brewing Company, and it comes in at 10.5%.
Can you try tiny a bit? 'Cause I'm-
Pipeworks Brewing Company was featured in a sign at the restaurant we were at earlier today.
Oh yeah, they weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, baby.
the subtitles of this beer is Probe Your Dreams.
I like
It's
it.
interesting.
It smells delicious.
It is not. How is it?
Coffee and
I was worried it'd be too coffee, but it's not too coffee. It's interesting.
It does not taste like
I have no
Robitussin and
aftertaste.
espresso.
That-
No, I
Good.
feared it would too.
Yeah.
It's good.
Gucci gang, Gucci gang.
Interesting is a good way to put
I'm sorry, I heard Robitussin.
Do you remember that night when we talked about modern rap when we were playing Elite Dangerous and it was awful?
Gucci Gang.
It was bad. Anyway, back to
until I found Eye of the Spider.
Listen. Dude, Run the Jewels is magic.
Can we let's get back on task here.
So Little Pump comes onto the ship. No.
That'd be the
cannon.
worst encounter.
And no kidding, get the cannon ready.
So yeah, that and that is the situation you're in now. What are we doing?
We're opening the doors to the deck to allow the gas to dissipate at least somewhat, so that hopefully future discharges of firearms or fiery swords do not create delightful explosions.
Note to self, Jeremy thinks too much.
He's also not
Actually,
wrong.
believe that's his strong suit right now, so.
This entire group would be dead on arrival at this point were it not for Jeremy.
Excuse me?
Although I do believe he currently has the highest number of donations to
make
basically
bad things happen.
Yes.
Yark, he is the captain you want. I'm the captain you deserve.
You're not wrong, Yark.
For the record, my character is also the intellectual, which means he's the only one with common sense.
And you're playing the character properly. I give you that.
I mean, wait, what's intelligence on this?
Yeah, exactly, fish stick, whatever.
2. You have an intellect of 2.
The noise we heard when the globes went, or when the was it the generator starting up, or was it something else?
Nope. You have no idea what this was. It sounded horrendous and horrible, and you've never heard it before. And whatever it is, you'd like to hunt it.
Wait a minute. Time out. What is your What are your character classes again? One of them should be germane to that.
Alchemist and Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper is a modification of Iron Fang because it doesn't exist yet.
All right, never mind. So, you're a member of the Crucible Guard. And you're just like, I like setting stuff on fire and stabbing it.
The reason I say this is that sound would fit into his. Yeah. Okay. That's kind of what I thought. So I'm just making sure.
The screeching didn't stop.
It did. The screeching happened and stopped, and the lights went on.
My character now understands what has happened, and he hears it again in his head, and he says, "It be the Kraken." Draws his sword, slings the harpoon gun over his back, and runs out of the room looking for a stairwell to go down.
There are.
That's the greatest pirate I've
Unless there's
ever
a stairwell
seen.
in the room, and then
there's no stairwell, but there are myriad below deck openings. There's standard ladder hatches, ordnance elevators, things like that. So the nearest one actually. Give me a perception.
Shirt flapping as he's right down the hole again.
Just like yesterday. Yar, I don't sense a damn thing.
So you realize the best way to get into the guts of this ship, it's a warship, is to follow the war. So what you do is you go to one of the magazines, one of the areas where ordnance for the cannons is held, and you there are ordnance lines, basically a chain elevator that they hook ammunition to and pull it up into the magazine for the turret.
Oh, we're so screwed.
So you climb down that chain deeper into the ship.
My character is friggin' dumb.
You are not wrong.
I would like to follow, but hesitate and give Gunny a look like.
So, is anyone going to try to stop?
Yes. Shockingly enough, the leader will go over and, using my skill in either heavy or light artillery, whichever, because I've got them both, I am going to jam the magazine so this idiot doesn't climb down it.
Here you go.
Kraken out.
Here you go. Just roll it. Go for it.
He fails.
The internet gods have spoken.
Is that a fail or a crit fail? Because it matters.
Crit fail because I was given the power.
Just making sure.
Gave me the power.
I mean, it only kind of affects him, but yeah. So essentially, Gunny is like, hell no, not on my watch, and goes to jam the chain elevator on the ordnance, and instead of jamming it, because it's a Kadoran ship, and things are backwards, let's basically...
In Soviet Kador, ship floats you.
Bingo.
Jeremy, roll 2 dice.
Uh-oh.
You gotta hold the trigger to stop the ship.
What's he roll?
A 2 and a 5. 7.
7? So he's going to escape with this with a flesh wound at worst.
Sure. So what happens is, Jeremy, you're going to take 2 to the 5. And what happens is you go to jam the chain elevator for the ordnance. Instead release the chain, and the counterweight...
Whoa!
Yeah,
Right?
the counterweight comes up and basically smacks you in the face as it comes up.
And
I fly down the
and
hole.
you fly down the hole.
It is just a flesh wound.
The internet has spoken. Christopher Eberly would like the following sound effects to happen.
I'm kind of glad we didn't do that other scenario.
From down below in the magazine area, you hear the following sounds. I will now approach the GM.
That's who's likely.
So I should point out, Congo's got a lot of disposable income apparently.
Is that who this is?
Yeah, it's Congo the drum gun.
Oh my gosh, it's Little Pump. He's coming for us, boys.
To counteract these people.
This is so beyond.
Throwing out money? No! Like, no,
Hey, it's for good cause.
Oh no.
How many tickets would it cost for me to save?
So,
Save you, he's fine. Save him, he's a dwarf.
so first off, Black Bray, you're going to roll 3d6.
Okay. Not a terrible roll. That's at 14.
Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 5 to the 6. From
For
the fall.
what?
From the fall.
Don't complain. It'll get worse.
All right.
You just turn
Yes, GM, may I have another?
Sure. So you.
I'll have what
Why,
she's
yes,
having.
you can.
So you land in the
fuck.
armory.
My
How you doing, buddy?
my physique is out.
What could go
I
wrong?
can help you when I get down there.
So,
good.
So you
If I come down.
land in the armory.
Ooh.
And bounce out of the hatch into the passageway.
Humans should not bounce.
You're not a human.
Sorry, dwarfs should not bounce.
That's why you took 5 damage.
Dwarves aren't supposed to go down the magazine like that either.
They are good at getting tossed, however.
Ooh, that gives me an idea, but I'm not gonna follow through with it.
You betcha fish stick.
Alright.
So
Alright.
So you fall down, you bounce, something that you shouldn't do, and find yourself in the passageway, and you are looking one way into the armory, and looking the other way into the galley, and there's a bit of a problem. There's something in the galley. Something large and pulsing.
Oh, great.
One hatch is overflowing. The hatch on the other side of the galley is overflowing with what you can only describe as flesh, shivering with a heartbeat and entirely blocking the passageway.
What is that?
It is a wall of flesh partially spilling into the galley.
Blob.
Oh, wow.
Kim Kardashian.
Well played, sir.
Shoot it now. Burn the whole ship.
So Bray looks at this.
Get real close to that time.
He looks at this. Obviously, he's never seen anything like this before. He's seen some messed up stuff, but he's never seen anything like this.
That is correct.
And he kind of stops. He realizes he is absolutely in over his head.
That's not
He looks over at this wall of quivering flesh. Nope. And runs toward the door.
Okay. So everyone above decks hears echoing up the chain elevator. Nope. And yeah.
And he looks for a stairwell or something to climb back up.
It's good to want things.
Brady,
Builds
you're
character.
still alive? Brady?
Do you want me to search for it?
No.
No.
So the rest of you,
You're like, no, you're just screwed.
Yeah. So the rest of you, so that happened. You don't know about the flesh wall yet, but you'll learn.
We'll learn you.
Can I like go over to like where he fell down the elevator and say,
Yeah.
Brady, all right?
Yeah, I'll go over to set some light on it.
And say, Brady, you okay?
Yeah, you kind of have to shout it. I mean, don't actually shout.
I can't
But I'm saying, but are you shouting?
Pretending I'm shouting right now. Brady, are you okay?
Okay.
Brady? Brady.
Do I have to take a sanity test or anything like that? Or am I
No,
good?
there's fear. There's
Wrong system.
I know.
Yeah, there's fear effects in this game, but instead I'm just going to tell you how you feel when this happens.
How do I feel, Dan?
Right. So you've also read those rules.
Tell me how you feel.
So you are you're terrified. You feel like you did when you were in the water with the Kraken, helpless, and you simultaneously refuse to feel that way again, and also think to yourself, maybe revenge isn't really worth it. Maybe a nice cabin in the woods would be okay.
That did not work out well
Depends on which cabin.
for those people.
I thought it was great.
That movie's amazing.
I would
It is.
imagine my character is starting to
good.
panic too a little bit.
More than a little, yes.
More than a little.
You have no idea where you are on the ship. You have no idea how to get out. There is a flesh wall, and that's not normal.
It's so good.
I'm gonna look
It's
for
really messed up, but
anything
it's really good.
And
on
you're
the
hurt.
opposite
Unicorns.
side of the room with a stairwell or ladder upward.
Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth's in it. I knew how to sell it.
All right, so rest of you bilge sweeps.
Hey, that's my job.
Yeah, that's a name.
Am I allowed to make recommendations?
Sure.
Like this? Is there a window anywhere near you?
No.
I'm in the middle of the ship.
You're
He's below decks.
Yeah, you're below decks.
Where are we? As in.
I'm.
You're
leaning down
still
the
above
pole
deck.
Trying to yelp he's okay, and I've never got a response.
Call out to him.
Yeah. So so the rest of you, what's your plan?
I'm trying to find out if he's okay, and he's not answering.
He doesn't respond.
I'm trying to find out if any other shells came up in my delightful failure to understand how elevators operate.
Yeah, 2 came up that were attached.
I'm going to grab both of them.
They are large, but yes, you can.
I'm going to store one of them because I have the distinct feeling that we might need to scuttle this bastard
Sure.
at some point.
Okay.
I can't fuck with you
Try to
anymore.
avoid
I'm all
that if
spent.
possible, Gunny.
Hey, Gunny, should I go down and get Bray, or?
You should not.
Okay.
We should all go down and get Bray so that at
Okay.
least we can all die together.
Wait, what?
What?
Nothing.
Huh?
Sorry.
Just came out of your mouth?
just speaking out loud there. Just ignore me.
Make a test against fatalism. No.
Oh, okay.
It's the Battle of Rivers Met all over again.
Role playing is the best of all games.
So yeah. So like I said, there are plenty of below deck openings. I assume that you're going to be using one of the standard ladder hatches
one that
rather
fits my
than
suit.
an ordnance elevator.
I need one that'll fit my suit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
I mean, the stairs are a little bit of you have to take it one step at a time and be a little careful, but yeah.
We are going to open a bunch of ladder hatches so that at the right time, when we're trying to leave quickly, we're not trying to fuck around and get ladder hatches open.
Brave Sir
Good
Robin.
call,
Sir Robin ran
Captain.
away.
Again, this is we are a team that specializes theoretically in high-risk salvage recovery.
Correct.
Let's not pretend like this is our first time at the dance.
Would it be-
Act like you've been there.
Would it,
Let's be real. We don't specialize in shit.
would it be prudent to call our escape
why you're
vessel
below
at this
deck.
point before we
This
sail?
is like a retarded version of the
Still in the back, not getting hurt,
replaceables
much like
or
a
whatever the
boss.
fuck it is.
Also,
Expendables.
Expendables, thank you.
Have fucking life jackets.
Okay.
We are so good at this. This is so never going to happen.
I'm so good
Okay.
right now.
No,
I'm
you have a dive suit.
I'm great.
That's great.
Bait's fine.
The
Bait's
rest of us are just like,
Bait's
Bait,
good.
bait can swim.
We're good.
Yeah.
why I
If
suggested
everything
calling
goes to
it a
heck,
ship versus-
we're just gonna say, screw you guys, I'm going home.
Oh my god, that was a perfect Cartman.
I'm so glad we didn't cut loose the other ship to escape to. That makes our escape so much easier.
Yar, wasn't my decision. Ask the captain.
Womp womp.
I stand
Okay,
by
Captain.
the decision.
Okay, Captain Metagame, Mr. I'm in the bowels of the ship. Man, the peanut gallery's got one heck of a radio range.
But again,
You're right. You're right. I can't actually say that.
as we go through, basically opening all of the hatches on the first deck that lead down, probably trying to spike one or two of them open, just so we don't have the convenient clang. Oh hey, this is working out well for us. If only God didn't hate you.
I mean, and that's...
Fucking words I've said to myself.
Spoiler
all
alert,
night.
God is the internet.
And until the internet says otherwise, that's not a problem.
Snaky.
So,
He's just sitting there. He's like,
who's
poor idiot.
so who's going down? Who's going below decks first?
I want to go.
You're gonna go first?
Yep.
All right.
Are you waiting until this is done, or are you just like, fuck this,
No,
let's
I'm
go?
waiting until
I-
everything is
yeah.
open.
Yeah, yeah.
Until you say
Wait till
it's
the
clear to
signal.
go.
If we're
then
going
Okay.
down multiple hatches, I'll go with the other team with her because she has a light and I generate light.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are you going down multiple hatches or just one?
Multiple.
Solo uno,
What?
So if
just one.
if it's cool with Kelly and
Okay.
you, I am going to quite literally jump on your back and like
How strong do you
piggyback
think
right.
I am?
You're much
I-
bigger than that.
I am.
Yes.
I'm.
You're a
How
full-size
big
person.
am I?
You're a full-size person. You're bigger than him.
I know.
You're larger-
That's not really
You're
hard.
definitely bigger than Rit. No.
Larger
Sure.
than a fish stick.
Can't do it, dude.
Okay.
Like
Alright,
two
so-
He can do it, and then I
Okay,
punch
alright.
the bottom because he's too heavy.
Your physique is 8.
What?
Odds are you would probably potentially
Stick
be a
at you?
medium-based bog trog.
You're
Yes.
a big
Okay.
dude.
You're tipping the scales at
Like,
somewhere around
what's
200
the,
pounds.
What's the
you're
spear
right.
shooter guy?
Okay.
The bog truck?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
you
That's
didn't
all,
know.
yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all
yeah.
good.
No, I'm.
Yeah.
Pretty funny though.
Or yeah, it would.
Piggyback ride, and I pull him to the bottom. Hope he moved out of the way. Push.
Drop below, I'm coming through.
Coming over.
Coming
So,
over.
So what's on the? What?
was that to me personally, or?
No, that was the two people in the minivan.
Oh yeah, that was great.
What else is inside?
So
of-
if anyone, whoever listens to this, was driving a minivan in Kenosha, fuck you.
And the girl you were trying to impress.
Doubly
If you're in
so.
a minivan, you're not impressing anybody.
If you had the physique of my skeleton, anyway. So
It's a baby like my stabbing kid.
man, talking trash is so awesome, knowing that I'll never face any consequences for it. So
Beautiful anonymity.
they're clearly
He's
not
a
literate
man
enough
of
to find this
focus.
stream. So
You're not wrong.
So going below deck, there is a strange, sour smell
How can I slow
rising from below decks. Well, you don't necessarily have to have your helmet shut. You do? Okay, so
Oh, I got bad news.
Ah, shit.
The internet has spoken. Turns out the Cadoran doors are made of the strongest steel.
strongest.
They cannot be propped open
I've never lifted anything so strong.
Why is the internet so evil?
Wait a minute.
because money pays.
He said strong and Kadoran. I know.
Nothing wrong.
Strongest steel.
Strong.
Do I have to squat on my chair since like?
So the way I would rule this, if I were GM, and Dan, I am not the GM.
Go ahead. Give me
I
a
am literally the
suggestion.
finger of God. is that on
this one.
roll 2 die. How many different doors are there? How many hatches on the deck are we propping open for this scuttling that we have
The original
going on?
idea was all of them, if I am correct.
So half a dozen?
Well, probably like a dozen and a half.
Really?
It's a big ship.
Really? Okay. Jacob, give me 2d6.
Huh?
Tell me what you think.
That means it's weird.
Double 4.
8.
So it's an 8. So 60% of them flap shut.
Okay.
So we have 4 doors open.
I'll let you figure out what the fuck that means.
Yeah. So again, anyone who can actually smell gets a. Everyone notices a breeze, coming up from below deck.
That's not how that's supposed to work.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everyone notices a breeze coming up from below deck. Anyone who can actually smell smells a awful sour smell.
Like a saison.
Yeah. So
Saisons do not smell like that.
They smell like socks.
This sounds like JP.
That one's for you, JP.
So Bray,
Yes.
you hear a wheezing sigh that is way, way too loud for a normal size anything.
Wonderful. A normal size anything.
Anything. You say.
I would assume my character is now starting to
Snack.
really freak the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. I'm gonna search harder for a method out of the area.
Sure.
I would imagine there's a negative modifier because I'm really freaking
Give me a
out.
perception. Everyone else, let me know what you're going to be doing as you make this perception.
All right.
Perception 3.
Going down my ladder thingy to get down there.
Really? I'm gonna try and see if there's some
So
sort
let's
of
continue on.
magical reason there could be this kind of smell. Is there anything magical related? to it?
Sure.
Take a deep smell of it and go, Mena guides me.
You need a hand, John? Or you good?
I value your faith. It's nice.
John, you need a hand or
Obviously
you
where I'm meant
good?
to be.
Amen to that.
Pardon?
4
Do you
below
need a
deck.
hand or you good?
Oh,
Yeah, 4 below.
think
4
I'm
above.
fine.
Real bad.
Oh, it's real bad, isn't it?
I'm
Oh,
fine.
I'm guessing the stream died.
Please no.
Okay.
The internet is speaking. The internet is speaking to
Oh,
me.
okay. I thought you meant like technical issues.
Oh no, the internet is speaking to me.
So John, give me a. I don't remember what the skill is.
I
Give me
rolled a 10, by the way.
Or Arcana?
Thank you. That one. That's how you do this.
Yes.
D&D skill.
I don't know shit.
I knew it. I knew it all along.
Oh, there's
We ain't found
absolutely
shit.
no magical reason this could totally be happening ever. We're fine here.
You're a fake.
And what did you
Fraud.
do?
Really natural. It's
That's
just
a better word.
So what about you?
I rolled a 10.
Okay. You find one ladder hatch that is shut, but if you give me a strength test, maybe you can
be
open
strong.
it. You must be strong.
You're
You must be the
strong.
strongest.
Feet point.
Okay? You got this.
In the process of opening that particular hatch with his foot, he must now respond to what he has just done as though he had stubbed his toe super hard.
Yeah, you push so hard that you slip on the
We're not
ladder
going.
steps.
We're not going.
And like you literally just like go doo-doo and skip a step, and like you land with all the pressure on one of your toes. How does that make you feel?
You son of a! That sounds about right.
Give me more because it was worth $10.
Oh, okay.
He cries like a little bitch.
Hold on.
He cries. He remembers when he twisted his ankle in 3rd grade at pirate school. He remembers when he was walking home from his car on his first date with a girl and he also tripped. He remembers every single instance when he has twisted his ankle. It is awful. It has scarred him.
It is infinite. It is all.
So
Sharon baby. baby.
That is better than what my alternative was, which was to ask John for that weird little hammer and for you to stay still.
Samuel Brett, thank you for half of what you paid
Yes.
for.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cheers, buddy.
Also,
Oh God.
I pity the next person that fucks up.
Yeah.
diddly squad.
So we've been hired to recover this ship.
If possible. You get a bonus for recovering the ship.
What exactly is keeping us from sinking it and then recovering it from the bottom, like sane people would when faced with this?
So here's the thing. Getting it sail worthy or basically functional again, if it already isn't, will earn you a bonus. However, you get paid also if you identify a threat and neutralize the threat. So basically, you'll earn more money if you manage to solve this problem, but you still earn exactly as much money as you originally intended by sinking it.
So I'm hearing get him back, sink the ship, go home,
I mean,
get paid.
I think 3 of those are fine.
I mean,
The
consider-
last one's optional.
I
The
can
first one.
swim.
I want money.
I want money.
I like beer.
That's great, and I appreciate your input.
I gotta find
We're
out
not a
about that.
democracy.
Hey,
That's fair. You're not.
We are a gunny tater ship here.
say, DM.
Is it okay if I
So,
call you Tater?
So, what kind of water are we surrounded by?
Big water, deep water, ocean
God, the
water.
money's coming in so fast I can't.
No,
react
it's a,
to
no,
it.
no. It's
sea.
it's a sea. It's an ocean.
Ocean or sea?
Oh no.
It's an ocean.
All right.
That's not good.
So, would it be seawater?
Yes.
By any chance? Oh. All right.
Oh shit, we're dead.
We're so screwed.
see it, Jake.
Pretty much.
Oh no.
I
You've not seen it yet, Jake. I'll explain it to you probably
Yeah,
tomorrow. I don't believe you've seen it. You might get the reference.
I probably won't.
So it's all good. By the way,
So
warm when you came in while I was
screwed.
walking
So
forward.
dead.
So you so yeah
And we didn't even know we were dead, but we're so dead.
so yeah you slip. The hatch is open.
I'm more scared of what he's saying.
The hatch is open.
Go in here, buddy.
So everyone else
Still descending.
yeah you're still descending. Are you stopping for anything? Or are you specifically just looking for?
I'm looking down next
Black
door
Bray.
to see where Bray is.
Okay.
I'm looking for the bottom, really.
Okay.
I'm going to look for the nearest magazine.
Yeah. So everyone give me
It's a ring.
a perception, and we'll go around the table.
I'm gonna roll the same dice.
Perception. How many dice would I roll for that?
Ah.
How much
Two.
did I pay
Two.
for a
It's
reroll?
usually 2.
Oh
Go.
yeah.
Cool.
How many for feet point reroll? What? Okay.
Whoa. Okay, so
One,
would
two,
I add
three,
in
four,
my...
five.
Dan, I got a 10.
I'm
Okay.
rolling.
Everybody else is doing that.
So am I.
No, I got better by 1.
I didn't even get better by 1.
8.
A 9.
Hold on.
Ooh.
John,
13.
food machine rolls. Second reroll double.
Yes, sir.
I think
Yes, sir.
dice have to do it.
Okay. So you're going through, and you're searching. So like all of the hatches, all look the same when they're open. They're all built relatively the same, and so this is wood on the interior, except the hatches are the hatch combings are made out of metal, with metal doors.
Still don't
So-
have my sword drawn.
Right. Good call. So the doors, the hatches going down the hallway for each section of the ship look identical to the hatches going into rooms. So you kind of have to look into everything to see things.
Can you say Bray? Bray.
Yeah.
Bray is currently freaking out, and
He
Find
stubbed
you an
his
armory.
toe.
To find me a battery.
Yeah.
If we
You're,
find you covered in feces.
yeah. You're looking for. I would assume that a cannon battery.
covered in his.
Why don't you just call it a
Basically, I'm
Saturday
looking for
night?
something where I can take the guns, blow the ship, and
Yup.
again.
Yup.
Bray is so freaked out he's listening to D. Antvort.
Wait. How is that? Wait a minute.
But he gets it. That's
He's so scared that he's playing PT.
Simple.
But I think you're freaky and I like you a lot.
That's an interesting video.
Also not for Twitch.
I think you're freaky, and I like you a lot.
Remind me to tell you later about my first impressions about that group. Well, off cast.
Moving right along.
You leave Walking Tutor Jones alone. So it's Ninja's name.
Okay.
So
yeah, Ninja. Yeah, that's great. Great nickname. Keep going.
So anyway, Bray spontaneously dies. No, okay.
He doesn't spontaneously die. He dies without rolls, but it's slowly and painfully.
He spontaneously combusts.
That's possible.
So rule number 2: don't give the GM extra ideas.
Yeah, there's that one.
Rule number 3: don't give the internet extra ideas.
So
even more so, they're worse than the GM.
Okay, so Gunny, if there's anything you'll be able to find on a ship, it's more cannons, and that's what you find. You find 2 decks into the ship, 2 decks down. You find a cannon battery. The cannon hatches are sealed, but you find a row of an even dozen cannons, complete with munition stockpiles related to them.
How close to the waterline?
Probably about 10 feet, if that.
All right, let's do some explosion math here.
Exploding math.
Okay, so Tarek.
Explosion math is best math.
It blows my mind.
Oh my god, that was bad. We're great.
Very punny. So Tarek, how did you do on the perception?
I did a 13.
You had a 13. Okay.
I was impressed with myself.
He detected a Republican at 1,000 yards.
So you
There's a disturbance in the force.
So you find the engine room, which actually takes up 2 decks, the 2 lowest decks. Engine room, it is cramped but functional. As far as you can tell just by looking, you don't see any apparent damage. But the boiler is definitely cold. And the fuel hoppers appear to have an ample supply of coal. So it looks like the engine was turned off or just simply not restocked. But there's ample fuel.
If only he had a sword that could cause fire.
Right. Bray, you can hear people moving throughout the ship. Or you can hear some nightmare of flesh moving throughout the ship. It's one or the other. You're not entirely certain.
Choose the people.
Can I choose the people?
Assume it's flesh.
It's good to want things.
Okay.
Wow.
Mattel, how did you do on your perception?
Looks like. I'll need glasses for that. Actually, they're not helping that much. 10.
Okay.
After 2 rerolls, because it was horrible.
Ooh.
I rolled a 3 and a
And you
3.
landed on a 10.
I rolled a 7.
That's
Fair
what tickets are
I
for.
started with a 3 and a 3. It was horrible.
So you find the officer's mess. Officer's meth. Are we in the right
Now I'm
county for that?
interested.
Now you're in a really good mood.
Officer's mess. Part of it is a dumbwaiter from the galley. And you don't know that that's where there are issues, but the smell is significantly stronger coming up that dumbwaiter.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that.
Okay. Bait,
Yeah.
how is your perception?
Oh, it is.
The roll.
Oh, I need to roll for
Yes.
this? Okay. Hope this doesn't suck. And then it sucked.
5 reroll.
Oh,
5 of your
okay.
tickets
It was
to
the music
reroll it.
window that
Alright.
set it off.
Re-rolling that.
Do-do-do.
Did you give yourself your tickets?
Do-do-do.
Yeah. Do I get rid of 5 tickets?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Once you're old enough, Chuck, you can listen to my whole RPG series we did, the first one, and
Like
you'll
when you're in your
understand
20s?
the meaning of I hope this doesn't suck. Oh wait, it sucked.
Talking about your rolling
It
again?
sucked less.
It did suck less.
All
All
right.
he has
so
to do is go to a tournament with.
Okay, so it started off at 3, then it became a 9.
Plus.
Okay.
Plus whatever.
Perception. The
Perception.
last one.
Oh,
Perception
so I
or
got a
detection?
13.
All right. Well, I'm sorry.
I said perception or detection.
Perception.
Okay.
Detection is for exactly what you're doing. No, detection is more like tossing a room or things like that. Perception is just you're moving along. The thing that you're
Casual
looking for.
versus intentional.
Yeah, the thing that you're looking for in particular is a surly dwarf, Captain. But you're
I'm
finding
not
other
looking that
things
hard.
along the way. Fair enough. So you find it has to be some officer's quarters of some kind, and in it you find something unusual, and even unusual for you. Even you recognize it as weird. There is a metal footlocker that is secured to the deck with leather straps. It is literally a locked footlocker that has been tied down.
Oh, now I'm interested.
Okay.
All right. So I.
Desire to know more intensifies.
All right. So is there like buckles or to open up these leather straps?
For the straps, yes.
Okay. Well.
That's not a problem. You can.
Question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can unstrap the footlocker, but it is still locked. There's a padlock on the front of it.
Say, friend.
Not with you.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
Yeah, no. You can go try to get someone.
Okay. Who's really good at busting up something?
Somebody who has physique 8 and can hit things with other things.
Yeah.
Is that
who would
also
that
bait?
Yes.
Look in the mirror.
I'm looking at the
Look inside
Down
yourself.
on it like a lone
Me?
gorilla.
Feel the force flow
Oh.
within you.
That's
You have a
me.
spear.
Am I strong? Yeah.
You are very strong.
If only a spear could be used as a lever.
Force is strong.
Yeah. So
The spear is strong with you.
So roll damage. You obviously can hit it. So
I really want to hurt this. All right. All right. That's a 10 and plus what? What did I find my
Your strength.
PHY.
Yeah.
If you have a spear on the front of your card.
yeah, damage. It'll say power plus strength. Power
Yeah,
plus
there'll be like a little sword.
Okay. Yeah. Worth you.
Is this your spear?
war spear.
Yep, right there.
Yep.
What's that?
4.
That's just a 4?
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
gotta be better
You're
than that.
using.
Oh yeah, I'm
pointed at
stronger
the-
than you. 14. So you got
14.
Okay.
14.
Yeah, you managed to crack the footlocker open.
Good job, dude.
Inside, this looks like Mateau stuff.
Oh, what?
Mateau stuff. Like it's a bunch of
Sneaky bastard.
yeah, Mateau
stuff.
Gateau. It's just there's a bunch of books in a bunch of different languages and a bunch of symbols that even to you can tell aren't like normal writing. Yeah.
I'm looking through them with this weird look in my eyes, like,
Yeah, however you feel about him, it's gonna probably apply to those books.
Yeah.
okay, I'm gonna look at how I feel about you. What's your name again?
Matau.
Mateau.
Matau.
Matau.
Mateu.
Matau.
Oh. Oh. Hoo-hoo.
Mateau
Alright.
Gateau. Do 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 do.
Matau.
Do 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 do.
Madogato. Madogato.
Oh no. So yes. So how do you feel about this? Are you keeping the books to yourself? Are you sharing them? Are you going to eat them? Eat them, burn them, feed them to the flesh wall.
Where's Matau?
You can find Matol. Yeah, you can go to fight.
I walk over towards him and say, missing something? Here you go.
Okay.
These are not mine.
Mm-hmm.
Give me an arcane lore test.
Oh, yeah.
And while you're perusing those, Callie.
Wait, can I finish what I was gonna say?
Sure, of course. I'm sorry.
But I keep the last one.
You don't even know which one. Just one of them. You're just like, and this is mine now.
Mine.
I have a fish. I don't have much.
I open this. I get something.
Yeah,
Fair enough. Okay.
And then I tear off a little piece of a corner of the page and just put it in my mouth because I'm hungry.
So he has so
magical books.
yeah. So
Yeah.
Not a good call.
so this bog frog has the strangest form of pica.
Much like a tuxedo cat.
Like it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they say it a lot about the cats.
Because they have pica.
Okay.
14.
So
Really?
14? Okay. So you are going through this book, and it is a journal. And it is not just a journal, it is a journal from a Kadoran Grey Lord.
Oh, shit.
And they switched languages and switched scripts specifically so it would be difficult for people to read it, but you know a lot of languages. And it turns out that that they, according to this journal, and there's one section of it missing, so you kind of have to put the pieces together, that this ship went north to pick up something from an excavation site of some kind. Then came south to pick up this particular Grey Lord to escort it. So to escort this object of whatever it was.
Tells me something bad's gonna happen.
And that's it. The last thing you read about this is that the captain of the ship, the captain is basically getting uncomfortable about the object because the crew doesn't like it, and you're gonna have to, and that the Grey Lord is gonna have to put his foot down soon.
Oh, excellent work, my fishy friend. Now please take me to where you found these. I need to search more.
Deal.
Okay.
So I'm sorry, I missed that because I'm a bad
getting him
GM.
to tell.
Okay.
So show me where it was.
All right. Like I'm gonna question it. I'm just gonna step with my friend over to the locker, and I'm still holding on to that one book. And can I look at what the title of this book is?
There's, yeah.
Does it make me explode?
You can't.
for
It does
me
not.
reading this?
No.
Does my character understand this or no?
You're not near them. You're still below.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought, but
You're still below. You're on the second lowest deck. So you, what do you do?
I'm still looking.
You're still looking? Okay.
I'm like kind of going, Bray. Bray.
So.
Bray.
Shout
So.
whispering.
So.
do I hear her?
Yeah.
Yay!
Okay? You're gonna go towards that, I assume.
Yes.
No, I want him to go, yay!
He goes, yay! Yar!
I'm coming.
So.
Pick up my cannon, so it's ready.
You're holding it like it's a little pack of gum. It's like my cannon.
I'm very strong.
My
Thank you
portable
very much.
cannon.
Just strong.
Very strong.
It's strong.
I'm very strong.
So.
Strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So. You call back then.
Yes.
Okay. You call back, and are you gonna try to go toward her?
Yep.
Okay. So you walk down a passageway and turn a corner, because so far most of the areas of the ship are pretty, like the decks seem to be mirrored, and you turn a corner because this is where you saw one of the hatch ladders above deck, so you assume it's going to be the same, and you turn a corner and you are faced with something you don't quite understand.
Worse.
Something in the shape of a man is here. Eyeless, mouthless, and naked. It stands on two legs.
That's the scariest nudist I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, you've seen other nudists?
We're going to have to end tonight's live stream at this point, and we'll be erasing the internet now.
So it stands on two legs, reaches with two arms, and inclines its single head towards you. You don't know how it can even sense you, but you have no doubt that it does. It has no eyes. It has, it is just...
What's the most horrifying part of that?
It's just no eyes, no mouth, no
Yes.
nose, nothing. It is just solid, undifferentiated flesh, and there is a thick umbilical trailing from the middle of its back down the passageway
That's how it works.
Dude,
in
you
the
just ate.
direction away from you.
What the actual fuck, Dan?
That's a fair response.
But in the grand scheme of things, in the Iron Kingdoms,
You
really,
doing all right, Dan?
Roll
is
initiative.
that all that scary?
Oh,
You should be
shit.
excited. You saw
Worst words anyone can hear in an RPG. Roll initiative.
What'd you say, John?
I believe this is why they made up harpoon cannons.
Yeah. Initiative. Did you do 5? We're gonna feat point this shit, so now I have 1 left.
Okay, it's good one things.
12. Oh wait, no. 12 plus 5, so 17.
Unfortunately, the internet has intervened and
Oh,
has
son of a
decreed this
bitch.
to be a critical fail.
Oh!
It's a 13 anyways.
I hate
Oh.
the internet.
The internet hates them.
Surfing on the internet.
Wait a minute. No. This
Cyberspace.
is initiative down here.
No, that's I.
Yeah, so you fail. The thing reaches out to you. What is your defense?
Oh, I don't know what that is then.
He's attacking you. Rich.
Yeah, that's your intelligence.
Rich.
Oh,
That's
okay.
your initiative.
I'm sorry. We had a stat issue.
Yeah, that's
here.
fine.
It's actually
it's irrelevant because you fail. So what's your
All right.
The internet decrees it. So
what?
roll. I'm sorry. What is your defense?
Hey, Rich, how many tickets do you got?
I have a defense of 11.
Your defense of 11. Okay. The thing.
Doesn't matter.
The thing shambles forward and grabs you on both shoulders with his hands.
And then
Oh my god, it's a priest.
Oh!
Seriously.
He
Oh.
grabs it by the.
No!
So
You just sing the right hymn and get away.
What did I tell you?
Hail Mary! Hail Mary!
so you.
Hail Mary,
That's
full
not
of
how I-
grace,
yeah,
the Lord
see?
is with thee.
So anyway, it grabs you by the shoulders. You can feel its strong hand digging in. And then give me a strength test.
Hey, Dan, you doing all right? You
strength
doing all right upstairs?
Oh, I'm doing fine.
I hope.
Oh, that's bad.
I'm worried about you. Buddy.
Total.
5 tickets reroll.
Do it.
But for the listeners, I keep looking up at John like, is he allowed to do this? Can this happen?
Waiting for the internet to make things bad.
Don't worry, they're already bad.
Total of 10.
A total of 10?
Yes.
Okay. No. So you are yanked forward. You're kind of stumbling, half off your feet, as this thing backs up ridiculously quick. You see the umbilical taut as it is pulling you down the hallway towards a stairwell down.
No!
Even more
Can I hear this
down.
happening?
Oh, you hear him screaming.
Pretty good. Don't go down for the weird naked thing.
That's pretty good.
So,
If only I knew that in college.
so Rich, can you give me a terrified dwarf scream?
Yarr!
I'm gonna run towards the terrified dwarf scream.
I will accept it.
Okay. Anyone else? You hear a terrified dwarf scream?
I will run toward it.
Okay.
You should go. You should go. Help your friend.
Okay.
I release you from the Bane voice.
I say, I'm your friend, but this is weird. This is just nuts.
We passed nuts about a half an hour ago.
Oh, you need to read more Lovecraft.
I was gonna say this turned into Iron Kingdom's Cthulhu here. about
It
about
kinda
half an
did.
hour
Call of Iron Kingdoms.
So,
Right. Iron Cthulhu.
It's not wrong.
No, he's not
Call
wrong.
of Iron
Gunny,
Cthulhu.
am I
Make it
correct that
happen,
you are
people.
in the munitions area prepping?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Poor
Do me
Jeremy.
a favor and give me a roll for that.
He's the hero of this one.
We'll go with heavy cannon
He might live.
or ordnance or whichever it is.
I really don't think any of us are gonna live.
I need a very brief description of what it is he's doing.
Oh, I'll give it after he rolls.
Maybe Callie might live. She's gonna. Die
Or should I
before
give it
long.
now?
Yep.
Go ahead and give it now.
So,
Probably a good idea to give it now.
jeez, God damn it, internet.
Somebody
I
told
love
me
you.
it's gonna hurt.
So, what he's doing is he has had enough of this nonsense. He is rigging the munitions area for this broadside array of cannons to basically to blow on some sort of artificial timer that he's going to put together to sink the ship, hopefully when they are no longer on it. Because F whatever this is.
Take my chances with swimming at some point.
Sometimes the only safe way is to bug out and nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Oh, rig it, Jeremy. Please rig it.
Can we see any life?
Like, at this point,
around the
it's
ship?
just like, walk.
I love you, Jeremy.
Hooray!
So that is going to be a total of 15.
15 total.
He successfully
Pretty
rigs
good.
it.
Okay. So, anyone who's running towards this,
No.
I do have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yay!
I'm gonna
Yes.
help you out, buddy.
That is a good question.
If only points mattered.
Actually, I'll
Okay,
come.
well, there
I'll
we
come.
go. So that's how that works.
No, it's rigged. It's properly rigged. You did a good job. So says the internet.
So,
He gives you the
anyone who rushed towards the sound of Bray's
Manly scream.
manly screams, manly
Dwarfleet scream.
Dwarfleet screams.
Well point.
The ancestor fathers of the dwarves would be proud shamed. So you see. You run down as fast, as safely as you can. Run down the ladder stairs to see Bray holding on to the top rail of the ladder hatch, the ladder stairs, the hatch to it, holding on to the hatch combing as something fleshy, wrinkled, naked has him by the shoulders and is trying to drag him down below decks further.
Can I grab his arms, try to pull him back?
You're gonna try to grab Bray to pull him. Yeah, sure, okay.
I would like to.
Oh, it's a goddamn shame she critically failed. So speaketh the internet. Chris Eberly.
Yeah.
Chris Eberly.
So what are you doing?
Chris Eberly, you are number
gonna try
one,
and
a
attack
very
it?
generous
Now
individual.
with the sword, you're just gonna.
And number two, a son of a bitch. But
Okay.
more importantly,
Your soul is dark and evil.
a generous individual.
One last. I need to read the comment that paid for this. One last time. Crit fail the person who tries to save Rich.
Rich?
Wow.
I can't argue with my benefactors.
Rich.
What?
The world is hating you right now.
Yeah, I
What
realize
did you
that.
do?
I don't need.
What did you do?
I don't need commentary to reinforce this. I'm
What did you
aware.
do?
I'm ready to pay Brett to pay that guy off.
So you.
If I critically succeed.
Are you gonna outbid him?
Suddenly, Fin Abs show up. No, just kidding.
Right? Hang on.
For the total right now.
You accidentally punch him.
Yeah. How are we doing?
Okay, so
I critically pass.
Fuck yeah.
Suck it, Chris Everly.
$5 more says he lives.
Do you want to give it a second for the stream to catch up?
No.
Okay.
Yes. So
Suck it,
total.
Trebek.
What was that?
I just sent that to him.
I will ask Chris if he would like to up his ante, because the bet now is at $5 more.
As much, right?
So currently.
Yeah, $10 gets you death.
So currently.
Jesus Christ.
So currently the status is
That's a good deal.
Black Bray is holding on for dear life.
I'm trying now.
Waiting for the internet to intervene.
Callie runs up as much as you can run in an armored diving suit and grabs Bray. Bray climbs over Callie, who is then grabbed by the thing, and which starts pulling her down the stairs.
Can I drop one of my grenades?
Sure. Which grenade are you going to drop?
I have multiple.
Yeah, look at your card.
I have different ones.
Yeah. So, Bray, you're free at the expense of your comrade. Because you are that level of terrified.
You better help me. I swear to God, you better help me.
Tarek, you took a couple free swings at this thing, and it did not seem to react to blunt force. Oh, also keep in mind, it was only in the bridge did the globes blow. The rest of the ship is lit fine.
So it needs men off fury, is what you're saying.
I mean, I wasn't saying that, but it might,
I can feel this person, right? This thing grabbing me.
Oh, yeah.
It's not incorporeal.
No, it is not incorporeal. You are good.
I'll draw my blade and prepare to do whatever.
I'm gonna drop a grenade on it.
Okay.
She dropped the bomb on it.
Hey.
Baby.
So you have 2 grenades. You have
You say she set
Ashes
it
of
off?
Urkan, and then you have Rust Bomb. Those are the 2 things that you have. You also have your pneumatic concussion cannon,
But I
and
can hold that when I'm trying to. I think it would be kind of hard to grab a cannon when I'm trying to.
That's probably true.
Let's do the ashes one.
the Ashes.
So I'm gonna assume that it was blessed by my holy dude. So it has some
Actually,
kind
can I see
of
that
meaning behind it. I don't know if that's true or not, but in my brain it is.
In my brain it
It's
is.
more it was
Callie's
devised by
brain.
your science guy.
In Callie's brain it is that he was blessed by it, so it's a holy grenade.
Okay, so you drop an Ashes of Urkan grenade. It explodes with a bright flash of blue sparkly light.
So let me make sure for the internet that I understand what's happening. That our dear friend here has dropped a grenade in the direction of our good friend Rich.
No, he's coming over me. I'm just.
Yeah, down towards the monster.
The monster's
Down towards the
pulling me
monster,
down
but
now.
does the monster not have Rich any longer?
Rich has her instead.
Yeah.
Bray is
$10
free.
said Rich got out.
Bray is free.
Yes. And now the monster has me, so I dropped my holy science grenade on it.
Give me a
Holy
2d6.
2d6. Me?
You.
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I?
So when I drop on flat Earth.
Can I pay to do this again?
You don't have enough tickets. You don't have enough tickets.
How many does she need?
Oh, now she made.
Because
now
the
she has
internet
enough.
just rolled up.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll contribute my.
So let me
tickets.
please explain what has just happened to the holy hand grenade. The drop of the grenade was tragically fumbled in the direction of Rich's character.
How?
So you dropped it.
I have an answer to this.
Physics and money.
I have an answer to this.
The holy hand grenade it slipped out of her hand while throwing it, much like a quarterback throwing a football in the wrong direction.
Oh.
And
Tuck rule.
tuck rule does not apply to dwarves. And the holy hand grenade has detonated next to Rich. Give me a 3d6.
Ooh. Flash burn.
9 is the total.
Okay. This has. Do you have any damage yet?
Yes.
Significant
Yes.
damage.
In the interest,
This is also supposed to. This is also the Ashes of Urkan is doesn't really do damage.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just throwing that out there, like a grenade.
What does this grenade do?
If you're incorporeal, you're no longer incorporeal. I'm also imagining it as being very freaking bright.
It's like a flash grenade.
It's a flashbang.
Yeah.
It's a holy flashbang.
Your grenade sucks and transmutes midway into the holy hand grenade of Antioch.
No.
Killing Rich for $25.
That is all your life
Yeah.
is worth.
So you are. Hold on. So you are blinded by this.
Rich.
Okay.
No, I'm dead.
No, hold on. You're blinded by this grenade. You stumble and trip over Callie and fall headlong down the stairs. Callie looks over her shoulder and looks down, and she sees one of the in the glow of one of the gas globes, a wall of flesh at the base of these stairs. You fall down into it, and at first it's just kind of like it's like bumping into a person, a big person, and then you feel like, oh, why am I warm? And like you're trying to clear your eyes when you go to walk, and you can't. Something has your legs, and then something has you to your waist, and you look down, and he's being absorbed by this wall of flesh, and Bray looks up and yells, "Tetsuo!" And you look down and go, "Kaneda!" Sure. Kaneda! Tetsuo!
You're gonna need a laser instead.
Yeah. And the Akira Era reference was demanded by the internet about 20 minutes ago.
Hey, okay, all right.
As I'm getting pulled into the flesh, he kind of realizes it's over, but maybe there's a chance. And he yells out, Kelly! Fish stick! Not captain! Yar, save me! And then he's gone.
All right, so we're gonna blow this thing. All right, everyone. We're blowing this thing to heck.
So you fire at it. Is that the case? Okay. So the flesh fall retracts slightly when you hit it. So the flesh makes a couple jittery movements to form like a fleshy whorl, and you see something reflecting reflecting light, a little slick, and a tumorous mouth, all sinew and spiny teeth, darts out and snaps at you.
I'm gonna try to jump back.
What's your defense?
My defense is 10.
Okay. It hits you. What's your arm?
14.
14?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
I'm awesome.
So they tells me it's not good enough.
So you are still going to take 4 to the 6 as it pierces your diving
Can I
suit.
medicine myself?
That medicine isn't going to heal you.
4 to the 6?
But yeah, 4 to the 6.
Okay, so who's alive right now?
Everyone except for Bray.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm about to be dumber.
To act now?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
I will grab her by the shoulder and suggest maybe we should find Gunny now.
Yeah, I mind you, she's still grabbed by this thing.
Okay.
So.
All right.
She's free to move. She just can't move away.
All right. We'll try to hack at it with my flaming sword then.
Okay, go ahead.
Use your holy Jesus.
Holy Jesus. Who's this
This
Jesus?
is
you
more
speak?
Old Testament God.
Yeah.
Use your religion.
You gotta hate enough for
Hit
this
him
one
with
to
a
work.
religion spike.
Ooh.
Smite him.
Hit him with a religion
Redo that.
That is a double
I'm
1.
gonna spend a feat for reroll.
And that
How
is a
many snickers have
reroll.
we seen? Too many.
And that is only a single one.
Okay, that's fine. It's 7.
I tried.
7 total?
I'm sorry.
I know that's
Yeah, and then you're mad.
Great
You can have to beat the
weapon.
money of Chris Everly.
I could.
It's 14
If I
then.
get my money
There you go.
out, But
Yeah, so, yeah, you hit it. Roll damage. It's against an arm of 6.
So I have 12s, so it would be plus 6. Alright. Not bad, 14.
Yeah, you cut it in half. And the umbilical detaches. It's just a fleshy corpse. And the umbilical goes right back into the flesh wall.
Me thinking about that is making me try not to
Sorry.
think about food.
So,
Didn't matter. $25 I had to kill.
And then post haste, evacuate.
okay.
Time permitting.
Gunny, give me one more ordnance roll. One more, what is it, artillery? Yeah, heavy artillery, to figure out the timer.
I'm missing really terrible when it comes to my action. It's been funny.
Yes, do it. Hey!
There we go. So internet, come fuck me.
Good work. Yeah, so you set the timer
busy right
without a problem.
All right.
Stop the clock.
So, right. So, Mattel, what are you doing?
While they were
In
all
the
doing
event that
that
anyone's
stuff,
actually looking for the number.
as soon as he ran out, I tossed the whole room,
17,
looking,
23.
just quickly looking for more of the journals and stuff to see the missing one or whatever.
You.
I'm holding the missing
So are
one.
you?
I don't know that.
Yeah. And are you tossing? Are you? So you don't know where these books came
No,
from?
he showed me it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he showed me, and then the screen, he ran off, and I told him to go.
Give me a perception. Actually, give me a detection because you are tossing this room.
Oh.
Oh. So you find a secret journal. It's not the one, obviously, that Bait has, but it is a different one. And it is tucked in a large fur hat with a metal pin on it and the symbol of the Grey Lords.
Oh,
Okay? So the results of reading this book leaves you feeling sick and utterly exhausted. If you put the pieces together accurately, an artifact was retrieved from an Orgoth research facility in the far northeast of Kador. northwest rather.
Of course. something
This
spooky
artifact
happens.
was a project that the Orgoth were working on as an answer to the humans' use of colossals. This is a massive infernal pact-fueled gargantuan formed from the fused bodies of sacrificed slaves. And if the artifact isn't properly contained, it will influence the minds of those nearby and eventually lead them to merge their bodies with the artifact to create a gargantuan.
So
You're pretty sure that's what happened to the crew.
So basically, Kador screwed up, and then they caused the blob to appear.
Yes, they done goofed.
We're all gonna find Gunny at the same time. Y'all laughed.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna find Gunny real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Face.
You run a fine gunny, like you all put you all get together again.
We should most hastily destroy this vessel. Send it to the bottom.
That's what I'm working on.
How can I help?
Somebody
Don't even know why.
Go ahead and send up the flare.
You have a flaming sword there.
Okay, yes, I will.
So you
Probably
We
do.
should theoretically also have alchemical flares.
you should
Yeah.
you should.
How about an arcane bolt? I could probably just take like a lantern
Yeah.
or something, arcane bolt it. I'll run up to the top deck and do that.
Okay.
Just,
I'll stay to watch his back in case any
Sure.
of those umbilical people show up.
I'm
All right.
people.
So
That's horrifying.
you've set this
Umbilicons.
you've set this to blow.
Umbilicans.
You rolled fantastically. Actually, your dice rolls were
On fleek,
impressive. That last roll for the timer was, what was that, a 24?
23.
23. Like,
Modest.
boom.
We die.
So,
You don't run fast enough.
so here's the thing.
There's two things you need to learn about role-playing games. One is acceptable losses.
Okay.
To his standard.
As you are climbing down the ropes into this rowboat, with Gunny basically being like, okay, we gotta go. The thin sound of a horn carries across the waves, a metallic din rising at the end like a painful cry. And in the distance, you see them. Small multi-mast vessels with blackened hulls, the Black Fleet of Cricks. As the ships approach faster than you'd imagined, you can make out reavers clinging to the rigging, waiting to leap aboard and begin their raid. You can see the horns of Styxis gleaming in the fading sunlight of sundown.
They're raiding our escape vessel or the ship we
They're
came
headed towards the escape vessel, toward this ship of the line.
Okay.
All right, point of order.
All right.
There probably aren't actually ships of the line because the Iron Kingdom's very likely does not actually have line ships.
Okay.
Yes.
Because line ships
They don't
are
have-
only sail powered.
Yes, and they also don't have naval engagements of that style or magnitude. That is another question for Doug Seacat, because the Calamitous is listed as a ship of the line.
And their definition of a ship of the line is going to be different than our definition of a ship of the line.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
like saying their definition of rum is different than our definition of
Yes.
rum.
Yeah.
A ship of the line represents
Yes.
something extraordinarily specific, much the same
What-
way as
in
rum
related to
represents
sailing.
alcohol that
Yeah,
is
having
derived
an engine-powered ship is specifically not a ship of the line. I know.
from- Sorry.
Okay.
We all
Just-
have pet peeves, sorry.
Oh my God, your nerd peen is huge.
out of character.
Again, he's also
We'd be
not
able to make it
wrong,
to the
but
pirate ship
No, I get
and
that.
it is fluffy.
Crew that.
This is part of the fluff. So I'm sorry, what was that?
Like spitballing out of character, would it even be possible if we made it to the actual pirate ship that we cut loose?
It's probably
get
more
to it?
defensible than the skiff we're on.
You could. So everyone is going down the ropes. If you have not gone down the ropes, you could essentially run off of the front of the ship and hope to get enough distance to.
I was just thinking, as a whole, as a group, if we go back to the ship that we originally came from, the pirates, the raiders would be on us. But.
Yeah.
Okay.
I need a sidebar with the GM.
Uh oh. So please hold.
I'm gonna die again.
Okay.
Well, so far only one of us has gone. That's pretty good percentage-wise.
If we can get $25 a head each
You died?
for our deaths,
You
that
died?
is another $125.
Oh, yes. I'm down with that.
That's true. As long as I go out big.
All right.
I was prepared
Okay,
for
I was
potential noble
gonna.
sacrifice of setting off explosives or something
That's
stupid.
what I figured. I'm like, I'm gonna
Reading
go
my
full,
history, that's
and
what
we'll
my
sink the
bag is.
ship. It didn't work.
It's not necessarily my bag, but
All right.
sometimes you gotta be willing to.
Yeah, after
do the
that
hard
flesh
thing.
wall, I'm like, nope, it's got to die.
No, yeah.
That's why I shot
I'll
you.
do this one as a freebie. I'll take a pay cut.
We still
Okay.
get paid.
You still get
All right.
I'm
All right.
we're alive to get paid.
All right. So I'm gonna ask if can I swim faster than we can row?
No.
No, and theoretically, this should actually be a motorized. It should be motorized, not a rowboat, because
Okay.
rowboats in the ocean don't do super well.
Fair.
They do not.
So
no.
so it's a fishing trip though.
Yeah, so it's like it's a small boat with a small engine. It's all steam-powered engine, I'm sure.
In case
I'm
you
not
haven't
getting
noticed,
paid enough for
the
this.
naval aspect of this is probably the least and worst developed of the Iron Kingdoms.
Fair.
This is the problem where it's like certain advances in technology. Yeah, I get that the pirate aesthetic, from the 1500s, like yay, cool pirates, but it doesn't bear out when certain other things.
I had always been curious because it seemed like everything's like Victorian age with magic for a long time, and if magic is what caused basically technology to cease and stand still.
Yes. You.
Yeah.
Oh, that was you. Okay. Yes. We're in.
Those are riches.
A lot of good they did.
He didn't spend them fast enough.
This is
He also
going
didn't
to
roll as
really
shitty as I did.
This is going
Okay.
to be a bad time for all of us.
So we have.
Oh no.
Oh, great.
All right. So, what is your plan? The current plan is get to rowboat. As previously mentioned,
Skip.
rowboat is slow. Rowboat, however, is also is in a path, or will be in a path to be intercepted by the
Awesome statistics.
indefatigable, whatever, the Invigilator.
Oh shit.
So basically, it's a little faster.
Like Star Destroyers.
Yes.
Like spawn
And
demons.
well, I mean, the biggest Ordic ship is named the Calamitous. So, but yeah. So the Black Fleet will be on you shortly after you board the Invigilator.
How? All right. Well, it's the Shard Island invasions all over again.
Yes.
I'll stay on the boat and blow it when the Black Fleet ship goes by it and send us both to hell.
Why can't we try to go to the other ship?
You can. Fuck Cricks and everybody who knows them.
Fair enough.
All right. So what about the rest of you? If you stay on this ship, it will definitely explode.
I would have tried to go to the pirate ship.
You're gonna try to go to the pirate ship?
Yeah.
Was theory headaches was on the deck. I was probably already down on the skiff, so I mean,
Okay.
I'm not gonna climb back up at my slow.
You
weakened
could.
pace and no.
Anybody else? What?
One of the last things that you see Gunny do is he tosses the paybook over the side into the boat. Best of luck.
Throws the mercenary contract right down with it.
Right.
Okay, so
So I like not exploding. So
That's a
That-
good call. Not exploding.
seems
It's
fair.
not high on my list.
so I'm just gonna
It's right with not getting shot.
do
stabbed,
whatever it is
pierced,
that stops
anything
me
like that.
from
What is this
exploding.
little ship?
okay. So you're gonna get in the rowboat then.
Yeah.
The skiff. Okay.
We officially have a go.
Okay. And so you, how about you?
I'll be in the rowboat with
Tarek as well?
People.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if this doesn't work, they're gonna get to the other ship.
And you're gonna try to go. So
Yeah.
you can try to go to the.
right now.
You're what?
I'm rethinking that right now.
Okay, I was gonna say because you can get to it,
But everyone else is in the
but
skiff.
you can't crew it by one
Can't,
person.
So I'm gonna go to the skiff with everybody else.
All right, so you go to the skiff, and
If you're in a diving suit, you can go over the side and survive.
That's another option I have. I'm keeping
So
all my
can
options
I.
open.
I'm
But if I
really
can-
official.
Keeping
if
that
I
one in
can-
the back
if I
pocket.
can keep my other friends alive,
I'm playing my diving suit close to the chest.
so you arrive back at the Invigilator. They throw ropes over for you to grab hold, and they haul you up. The rowboat as well is tied off and is hauled up, hauled up to the deck. Just as you get on the deck, you see Gunny, standing at the top rail, leaning over the gunwale, waves, salutes, and then goes below deck.
Oh no.
The black ships.
Send him off with a salute.
Right.
You're still a heretic.
The black ships are sailing past the Kadoran Iron Hall. Kadoran Iron Hall explodes in a fireball, the likes of which you have never seen. You are hit with
and super impressed all the same
right.
time.
You've never felt a shockwave like this, ever. But not all of the Black Fleet were caught. They were going in a pincer maneuver, so there's others coming from the other side. And then one of the ships disappears, sucked into the water.
What?
Then a second ship disappears, sucked into the water.
Oh,
Just going full speed, and then all of a sudden stopped, like it hit something, and then descends into the waves.
Debating how much of this armor I have to remove to make a life vest.
Oh, it really is the Kraken.
Two of them break off. One continues heading toward the Invigilator.
You're not wrong.
The Invigilator opens its cannon ports and goes to fire, and then comes to a dead halt. You're all thrown to the deck. Begins listing to one side. You hear screams from the crew, and then you see a giant hand covered in seaweed hit the deck, and crunch its hand into it. Another hand on the other front,
I'm gonna shoot it.
pulling. You're sliding down towards the front of the ship on the deck. It's like falling off of a wall. The ship is at least a 45-degree angle being pulled down,
can't miss.
and you see a giant troll head at the center of this, cresting the waves, pulling itself up on the ship.
Yar!
And the only one to survive is Bait.
What?
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, you hit the water. You're fine.
What do I do now?
You sink. You hit crush depth. The rest of you, either can't swim or are eaten by the Sea King.
I wanted to slide down to
Wait,
45.
what happens to me?
You're alive.
You're in open water. You have to try to swim back somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're alive.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Everyone else, though, you all die because Sea King.
Fuck yeah.
Hey.
And
thanks, Internet.
But at least none of the black ships survive either.
Hey, guess what? Bait says to have a good stream.
In my mind, you had this glorious fight with him.
I wanted to try to keep my balance and slide down.
There was.
You want me to roll some attacks against them as a sinking?
It looked glorious. It took forever.
If it makes you feel like
No,
that, in all
they're
fairness,
They're
there's
dead.
no chance.
They're super dead.
Okay.
it probably snapped.
Yes.
I would, however, like to see Fish Stick roll to die.
Armor, blub, blub, blub.
Fish Stick, give me a 2d6.
Go for it.
Friend.
Is that how many nautical miles he goes before collapse?
Suitor rolls.
I am so screwed, but I believe in the heart of the dice.
Heart of the cards, kid.
Yeah! Suck it, Trebek. Alright.
So, Bait swims off into the distance.
Yes.
The sun's setting in the west,
Take a little more.
and he gains his freedom and continues on and has a family and a long, happy life.
And during his
he was the main character all along.
I want to say something. Say something. And during when I'm telling my story to my kids about how a lot of my friends died, I said, Brayden died the cool way by getting swallowed up by a thing of flesh. Oh, also he sucked. He made me a slave.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is your adventure. Internet, I could not thank you enough for tonight's RPG session. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finished the evening as a JohnCon initiative at $1,116.
JohnCon hasn't really even started yet.
I tried to be as good of a sport as possible. I hopefully that was conveyed with
absolutely
the onslaught of negative shit thrown at my character.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Including was it Congo that killed him?
No, it was Bowie that killed him.
It was Bowie that killed him?
Yep.
I hope I get to play against you at ATC or at least see you there. That'd be good.
I'll let him know that. He's one of my locals. My locals.
Oh, he's one of your locals?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I've never had someone donate enough to kill off my character.
But in the next BeerPG series, no.
No.
Stop it.
That was some. I've actually never had to deal with the death of a character outside of like the flashback episodes, which was bullshit characters.
Wait, sorry, I take that back. Congo killed you.
Okay.
Bowie caused the Sea King to arrive.
Oh, okay.
I apologize.
Well, Congo, I'm sure I'll see you at the ATC. All right. Or tomorrow.
Bowie killed everyone else.
What?
Is he coming tomorrow or no?
Also, I want to say something about my character. He's terrified of seawater.
Yeah.
That is the weirdest thing that you could have put in on that.
Because it's saltwater. It hurts.
You're a freshwater fish.
Yeah.
You're like a crappie,
Yeah.
only less useful.
It makes sense now. Yeah. And also, was the fire as bright as my village burning down?
Oh, much brighter.
Oh my god.
Also, I wanted to clarify, since we're done now, my character's background is he was the captain of a ship.
That is why you are typically ranked captain, yes.
Yes, and his ship was taken away from him. It was destroyed.
Competence?
It was.
It was destroyed. Yes, but not de jure.
It was destroyed by a kraken. And since then, he hasn't had his own ship, and it's on my card that he felt bad about it, and that he's always looking for vengeance. So, kind of pretending to be the captain is his coping mechanism.
Method or moment of clarification. Kraken the Crix.
Yes.
Okay.
Kraken the Crix thing. Yeah. That's why he did that.
Wow, that good thing you didn't survive to there, or else you would be freaking out. You would be like, kill all of them.
Yeah, the Black Fleet absolutely was. If you would survive, was going to be a turning point where you're just like, nope, forget the mission, forget all of you. Black Fleet, gotta die.
Yep.
So I'm sorry. What were you?
I don't have any big tragic backstory.
Tarek hated everyone but Callie and the two, at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I
That's
don't
good.
understand why you were working for me then.
A paycheck's a paycheck.
Right, but hatred is a very, very strong emotion. And it's like, grrr, I hate you, but your money still spends.
It was very much the Wall of Flesh, Dan.
Yeah.
It felt a little Silent Hill-ish.
Yeah.
I think, or kind of somewhere in between Silent Hill and Event Horizon, kind of thing, like the madness,
Yeah. So the scenario evolved. Quickly, well beyond it. But initially, I started writing this with the ship and like everyone missing and all of that, like a little nod to Aliens. And then I was like, what could be worse than the creature and the thing? A flesh wall.
That's what I was thinking. That is what I was thinking when I was listening. When I was like, oh, something tells me this is a lot like the Thing and Alien had a weird child together.
Was there any, shall we say, traditional definition of victory available for the characters? Was there something that we didn't just see, or was this all?
No, there was.
We're gonna torture you until you all fucking die.
Oh no. So because it was.
Turns out the internet likes that.
Yeah. So because it was a charity stream where people could donate to screw you, I figured from the get-go I would arrange it so the only option would be for you to go below deck, decide, you know what, I want an easy paycheck. I don't care about the bonus. I'm just gonna immediately scuttle the ship and get the fuck out. That was the only means of success.
Well, technically, we did that.
Yes.
Kind of haphazardly,
Just not
but,
fast enough.
But
The
yeah.
internet, you know, just feeding the internet.
Wow. All right. So, you want me to take us out, or do you want to take us out?
All right, folks. Well, it's my goddamn channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to a close. I want to thank everyone that participated in tonight's adventure. I want to thank especially GM Dan, the best in the business, goddammit.
You're all fantastic players. Thank you.
And even more so, I want to thank the internet, because we have already broken last year's donation, and we haven't opened up the doors for the big event tomorrow. So on behalf of everyone here tonight, the steering committee, as I loosely refer to it, Rich,
I
and
love
Dan,
that title.
Pretty good.
and my boys, Jacob and Chuck, for taking part of this, and everyone that drove or flew or whatever to be here. We are going to be back on tomorrow at roughly 9 a.m., depending upon factors. And we are going to be doing the rest of the JohnCon. We're going to have a caster draft. We're going to have probably some company iron going on. Who the fuck knows? Tomorrow's pretty free form. It's going to be great. Still opportunities to donate money and make people miserable. It's going to be fantastic.
Buy some swag.
And remember, if you look down below, you can get some swag.
I would be wearing it, but I was just getting way too sweaty in it, so don't worry about my character getting
It's
eaten.
okay. This game got us all very sweaty.
Oh, it's very sweaty. Do you sweat the bed? Anyway, so that's a terrible commercial on Sirius. Anyway, so down below the stream, click on the left-hand button if you want to donate money so people can eat and then get some shit for it. Or if you hate the shit we have, you can just give us money. And that's on the right-hand side. Click here to donate, and then, light a candle at the cathedral for us. Anyway, we'll be back tomorrow morning on behalf of the Beer Machine crew and Painting with Menoth John, whatever the hell fuck is left of it. I am Menoth John. We'll see you next time here on JohnCon. See you tomorrow.
Woohoo!
Whee!
Whee!